number 24, Kaylin Kennedy. And number 35, Alana Wells.
Okay. Where'd you park? Oh. Well, good. You can take me to my car. That's all Lindsay. That's all Lindsay. Doesn't play Boy Scout bags.
Wide open and miss it. You need to go to the high school, not the side of the field. Good, man. Yeah, I don't know how it's supposed to be, but there should be a ton of block here. There's a stoplight. You take a run. Put in Ensworth High School.
Hello and welcome in to the high school varsity girls TSSAA Division II matchup between the Harpeth Hall Bears and your Ensworth Tigers. We're getting action started early here. Nori Jamison driving into the lane, laying it up and in. First points of the game go to Nori Jamison. 2-0 Tigers early. Pushing down the field now, the court. Good defense there by the Tigers. And 2 quick stops for Ensworth. Checking into the game for the Tigers, number 22, Jilly Sanderson. Harpeth Hall swings it around. 3, no good. Sanderson with the rebound. Out in transition. Sanderson's going all the way to the rack, lays it up with left hand, and it's good. 4-0, Tigers early over the the Honey Bears. Thrown off the leg of number 14, Tempo Hahn. And it's still Harpeth Hall basketball. Scrum on the floor picked up by the Tigers. Nori Jamison leading the breakout, slowing it down now. She's gonna run the offense. Jamison, she's surveying. Looking inside, finds Alana Wells in the inside. Over the pass to Kaylin Kenny. Kenny goes up, a little too strong. Back out to Jamison. Fakes the shot, gives it right back to Kenny on the interior. Kenny with the turnaround, and she gets the roll. So it's 6-0 now, Ensworth. Outlet pass out to number 3, Olivia Roccinelli. And now it's being swung around to the point for Harpeth Hall. Good tenacious defense here by Ensworth. Drive into the lane, layup, rims in and out. Tough break there for Harpeth Hall. Tigers get the rebound now into the front court. Jamison at the number 1 spot, trying to run the offense, trying to look inside. Kenny's gonna show for her. Kenny's gonna spot up with the 12-foot jumper, and it's good. It's quickly 8-0 Ensworth, and a timeout called by Harpeth Hall. So a really good start for the Tigers as they're up 8-0 quickly. We'll be back after the timeout. Welcome back to newly christened Ricky Bowers Court in the Elkin Athletic Center at the Ensworth campus. I didn't have time to introduce myself earlier. I'm Eli Russ on the call tonight for both the girls and the boys varsity games. And there's a travel there on the breakout. For Harpeth Hall, that was number 2, Liza Bertali on the travel. So it's gonna go right back to the Tigers. So a really good start now for the Tigers as they're up 8-0 within the first 2 minutes of this game. Nori Jameson at the 1 for Ensworth. She's setting up the offense, passing it inside to Alana Wells. Floater tipped. Kenny driving for the rebound, but it's picked up by Harpeth Hall, and here they go. Harpeth Hall leading the break, and a quick transition 3, and it's good. Harpeth Hall gets on the board. It's 8-3. 3 was made by number 22, Ava Krumuide. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Jameson kicks out to Hallie in the corner for the 3. Little too strong off the back iron. Rebound by Harpeth Hall. Harpeth Hall in transition. To the corner, fakes the shot. Driving into the lane, Euro step. Thrown out of bounds. No foul called, and it will be Tiger basketball. Jameson calling the play at the point. Pass out to Hallie, and an offensive foul called, an illegal screen there by number 24, Kaylin Kenny for Ensworth. First foul of the game, and it will go against the Tigers. Tigers showing a bit of full court pressure here. Pass was tipped by Hallie, but Bears retain it. Now they have a 2-on-1, and the easy layup is good for number 22, Ava Kumwide. Her second basket of the game. Jameson driving into the lane, the left-hand scoop, no good, but rebounded by Kenny. She's fighting for it. There's a scrum on the floor, no call. It's thrown out, and it's Bears basketball. And then hit off the leg of Matt Callie. And it's going to be Bears basketball still. Tigers showing an early full court pressure here. Bears get the ball in, throw it up. They have a 2-on-1. And a travel called. Number 5, Emery Smith for the Bears was called on the travel there. That's the second travel for the Bears in as many possessions. Checking out of the game is Kaylin Kenny. Checking into the game for the Tigers, Claire Haley. Jameson running the show. Out to the wing to Mac Haley. Haley dribbling, has it poked away from her, picked up by the Bears, and here they come. Bears setting up the offense here. First time we'll see them in the half court. To the wing. Little pick and roll action. Kicked out to the other wing. Good stay-at-home defense from Ensworth here. Tried a baseline drive. Nothing to show for it. Kicked out once again on a deep 3. Off the right side of the rim and out of bounds. Going to be Tiger basketball. Good defensive sequence there for Ensworth. They remain up 8-5. Now, a couple of subs coming in for the Tigers. Nope, excuse me. They're not going to let them on, so it's going to remain these 5. Snorri Jameson brings it up into the front court. Once again, trying to set up the offense. Jameson going off the screen. Has nothing there. That's out for the 3, and it's no good. Bit short. Tipped back in by Tempo Han. Went to go get her own rebound, but she tipped it out of bounds. It's going to be Bears basketball. Now finally checking into the game for Ensworth. Number 22, Jilly Sanderson, and number 11, Naomi Crowley. Checking out of the game, number 1, Mac Hallie, number 14, the aforementioned Tempo Han. So Bears now into the front court, running their set. A back cut there, and off the foot of number 13, Sabine Phillip. A little bit questionable there. Could have been off either foot, but it's going to be Ensworth's basketball. Still 8-5 now. After that quick flurry of scoring, there has not been a bucket in over 2 minutes. Pass out to Sanderson. Sanderson going off the screen, trying to go to the hole. Sanderson going to float it up. Rolls off both sides of the rim, and no good. Bears pushing. Kick out to the wing for a 3. And too strong, no rim. But then good hustle play there by Sabine Phillip, batting it off of Nori Jameson and out of bounds, so it's going to stay Harpeth Hall basketball. Inbounds play nearly went bad for the Bears there. Bears now setting it up. Long three, no good, little short. Rebound by Crowley. Out to Jameson. Jameson's pushing the issue. Out to Claire Halley now. Right back out to Jameson. Up to Crowley at the top of the key. Fakes a shot. Jameson's going to retreat and set it up. Jameson getting face guard. He kicks out to Jilly Sanderson on the wing. Sanderson has it poked. And a bit of confusion there was she didn't know if it was off her or off of the Golden Bears. And it's going to be Harpeth Hall basketball. Checking out of the game, number 35, Alana Wells. And back into the game, number 14, Tempo Hahn. So still 8-5 now, 1:30 to go in the first quarter. Tigers leading. Harpeth Hall trying to run some offense here. They have not scored. Neither team has scored in over 2 minutes. And an air ball there and a block shot there by Claire Haley on the follow-up. And a timeout called by the Tigers. Full timeout. And the Tigers coach does not seem too happy. So we'll come back after the timeout. 8-5, Tigers leading. 1:18 to go in the first quarter.
Let's see. Nope.
Welcome back to the Elkin Athletic Center at Ensworth campus, where the Tigers lead the Bears 8-5 with 1:18 to go in the first quarter. It is Ensworth basketball, but a press being shown here by Harpeth Hall. Nora Jameson inbounds it to Jilly Sanderson, who kicks it out to Naomi Crowley, who throws it across the court to Tempo Hahn. So the Tigers break it. Back up top to Nora Jameson, who drives and then kicks out to Jilly Sanderson, who then retreats and is going to set it up. Jameson now at the point. Tigers running a play. Right then left. Jilly Sanderson now at the wing. Stops at the elbow. Has to pass and throws it away. So a good defensive sequence there by Harpeth Hall. And it's their basketball. Jilly Sanderson will check out of the game, and checking back in, number 1, Mac Haley. Bears into the front court running some offense. And an open three look on the pin down screen, just a little long, hits off the rim 2 times. The follow-up, no good. Rebound by the Tigers. Nori Jameson pushing. And a travel called. After Nori passed it to Tempo Hahn, she traveled, and it's going to be Harpeth Hall basketball. "20 seconds to go in the first quarter, and a long three taken by Harpeth Hall early. No rim, hits off the hand of Harpeth Hall, but it's going to be Tiger basketball. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Nora Jameson is going to slow it down for one last shot. 5 seconds to go. Jameson working. 4, 3, 2, floats it up. No good. And that is the end of one. So after one quarter, a flurry of scoring to begin the quarter to get it to 8-5 Ensworth. Ensworth with an 8-0 run to begin the game. Bears respond with 5 points and no points scored in the last 4 minutes of the quarter. That's the end of one. We'll be back for the start of the second.
pass everybody, did they? Yeah, I'm not sure. It's different. I know they have this $50 sport. Let's go, Bears! Liza's got a bucket. David's got a bucket.
Welcome back to Ricky Bowers Court in the Elkin Athletic Center at the Ensworth First Campus as the Tigers take on the Harpeth Hall Bears. To start quarter number 2, Ensworth will start with the basketball. Nori Jameson passing out to the wing to Mac Hale. Gives it to Tempo Hahn on the in-cut to Naomi Crowley. Knocked away. It's Harpeth Hall ball. Harpeth Hall in transition. Number 5, Emery Smith. Giving it off now to Issa Gelband. Gelband out to Ava Krumwede. Kicks it out. Number 2, Liza Bertali on the wing. She drives, lays it up and in. First points in 6 minutes for either side. It's 8-7. Tigers still lead. Outlet pass to Naomi Crowley. Back out to Jameson. Jameson calling the play. Gives it out to Mac at the top of the key. Mac playing off the screen. Out to Kaylin Kenny. Right back to back. Mac driving into the lane with the floater. Up. No good. And a foul on the rebound going to be called on Harpeth Hall. That's number 22, Ava Krumwede. That is her first. And the first foul called on Harpeth Hall. So it's going to be Tiger basketball under the basket. Checking out of the game for Ensworth, Tempo Hahn. Checking into the game, Jilly Sanderson. Out to Naomi Crowley for the 3, and it's good. Nothing but net there for Naomi Crowley. It's 11-7, Ensworth. Issa Gelband running the show now for Harpeth Hall. Out to Liza Bertali. She's going to retreat. Plays off the screen, sending a roller. And a good play there, finished off by Ava Krumwede. And it's back and forth here in the second quarter, 11-9, Tigers still with the advantage. Nori Jameson trying to work up top. Hands it off to Jilly Sanderson, who's going to try and drive baseline, now spinning back into the middle of the court. Out to Kaylin Kenny with the shot fake. She's got a lane to the basket. She'll lay it up and in. Nice move there by Kaylin Kenny. Offense seemed a bit stagnant. She did it herself, went and got a basket for Ensworth. Issa Gelband running off the screen from Krumwede. Out back to the top to Bertali. She's going to let it fly, and it's too strong, but the rebound by Harpeth Hall, laid up, no good, and a loose ball foul going to be called on Krumwede. That's her second in this second quarter, as she bowled over a couple of Ensworth Tiger defenders, and she's going to check out of the game. Checking in for her, number 13, Sabine Phillip. Nori Jameson checks out of the game, and Alana Wells checks in. First time Nori Jameson has sat the bench. Jilly Sanderson will now run the point. Sanderson calling the play. Passes it out to Mac Hale, who gives it inside to Kaylin Kenny. Kenny going to work. Kenny with the fadeaway. Didn't get the roll, but she gets her own rebound. Gonna shoot the elbow jumper, and it's pure. Kaylin Kenny having a monster second quarter, already her second bucket. It's 15-9, Ensworth. Harpeth Hall setting it up. Issa Gelband now out to Emery Smith. Smith driving into the lane, throwing it up. It's too strong. Rebound by Sanderson. She's leading the break. Sanderson up the wing, trying to find Crowley streaking down, but she was marked. So Sanderson's going to set it up at the top of the key. Sanderson out to the wing to Hale. Hale up top to Alana Wells. Alana Wells going to work. She's driving in with a left-hand scoop. No good. But good effort there by Kaylin Kenny on the rebound. It's a jump ball, possession arrow, Harpeth Hall's way. So Tigers playing some inspired basketball here at the beginning of the second quarter. They've extended their lead out to 6, 15-9, Tigers. Gelban out to Bertali, right back to Gelban for the mid-range J, no good. Jilly Sanderson with the rebound again. Sanderson leading the break. Throws it, looking for Crowley, who was open, just too strong. And it is a turnover. It's going to be Harpeth Hall basketball. Checking right back in for Ensworth is Nori Jameson. And checking out of the game is Mac Hale. Harpeth Hall setting it up. Good defense up front by Nori Jameson. And a jump pass is going to be called a travel, saying that Harpeth Hall moved their feet before they threw it. And it's going to be Ensworth basketball right back. Approaching 4 minutes to go in the first half. Tigers leading 15-9 over their rivals. Wing pass to Nora Jameson. She's going to let it fly in and out. Rebound by Alana Wells. Good board. Lays it up and in. Alana Wells showing her post dominance there, getting the board and the basket. Now 17-9 Tigers. Harpeth Hall out on the wing. Emery Smith driving now up to the point. She's dancing around the top of the key. Out to Gelband. Gives it to the top to Liz Bernstein. Bernstein gives it right back to Gelband. Gelband working on Alana Wells. Gelband had it poked for a second, but she's got it back. Gives it up to Emery Smith at the top, marked by Claire Hale. Out to Bertali, down in the middle, and a foul called on Ensworth. That's on number 35, Alana Wells. That's her first of the game, only the team's second. So only 4 fouls called in nearly a half of action. Ref seemed a little reluctant to blow the whistle. Inbounds play. Good poke there by Claire Hale. Thrown right back in, and she gets it. It's a 2-on-1. Hale streaking down with Crowley, who throws it, and it's intercepted by Gelband. Not a great pass there. Now it's Harpeth Hall on the break. Out to Bernstein. Bernstein fakes, lays it up. No good. And a scrum for the rebound leaks out to Nori Jameson. Jameson's now going to lead the break. Jameson, good bounce pass to Jilly Sanderson, who lays it up and in. Really nice play from Jameson to Sanderson. 2 more for the Tigers. Now they lead by 10. Crowley on Gelband. Gelband picks up her dribble. Crowley's crowding her. Out to Bertali. Hale on her once again. Bertali trying to go to work. Kicks it out to Bernstein. Bernstein with Sanderson on her. Fakes right back to Bertali. Bertali's going to shoot a long 3. It's short again. Good rebound by Nori Jameson. Nori Jameson's going to lead the break. Nice behind the back. Jameson in, kicks it out to Crowley, who moves it right back to Sanderson. Sanderson to the top of the key, inside to Claire Hale. Hale's going to go, and a travel is called, saying she picked up her pivot foot. So it's a turnover. It's going to be Harpeth Hall basketball. Checking into the game for the first time for Ensworth, number 21, Elle Hutchison. Checking out of the game for the Tigers, number 11, Naomi Crowley. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the first half. Tigers lead 19-9. Really good second quarter for Ensworth, as they're playing some good defense here on this one. Bernstein trying to go to work on Els. And they're going to call another foul on Alana Wells. That's her second. And it's going to be a shooting one, so Harpeth Hall is going to go to the line. Liz Bernstein will shoot 2. Bernstein lets it go, and it's too strong, so no good on the first one. Checking into the game, it's Kaylin Kenny taking out Alana Wells since she has 2 fouls. 1:58 to go in the first quarter. Tigers still up 19-9. Bernstein's second one is good, so now 19-10. Sanderson calling the play. To the wing and Nori Jameson. A little zone look here from Harpeth Hall. Jamison gets her pass deflected. Gelband throws it along for Sabine Phillip, who shot fakes and lays it in. Good defense into offense there by Harpeth Hall. It's 19-12. Jamison driving into the lane, Euro step, lays it up, too strong. And a foul called away from the ball on the rebound on Kaylin Kenny. And it's going to be Harpeth Hall basketball. So a good couple of minutes here for Harpeth Hall as they've cut the lead now to 7. Playing some good defense. Gelband throws it in, but a good poke there by Elle Hutchison. Addison Smith passes it off to Liz Bernstein. Bernstein now back to Gelband. Claire Hale on Gelband. Gelband trying to go to work. Picks it up, goes in, and a foul is called on Claire Hale. So Gelband will go to the line for 2. Exactly 1 minute to go in this first half. Tigers lead 19-12. Make that 19-13 after the first one goes down for Gelband. Checking into the game for Harpeth Hall, number 3, Olivia Riscendelli. And checking out of the game, number 15, Addison Smith. Gelband's second one is also good. Now the lead for the Tigers is only 5. Under a minute to go in this first half. Sanderson tries to pass it. It was tipped and out of bounds, so it's going to remain Tiger basketball. Kenny inbounds it to Jamison, and they'll set it up again. Jamison going off Kenny's screen, throwing it to the corner for Sanderson. Sanderson for 3, and it's good. Jilly Sanderson for 3. 22-14 Tigers now. Harpeth Hall quickly into the front court. 30 seconds to go. Kick out to the corner for Bernstein. Bernstein's going to try her luck for a 3. It's short. Rebound deflected and picked up by Sanderson. Sanderson throws it to Jamison. Jamison's going to slow it down now with 20 seconds to go. Now down to 15. Tigers going to play for the last shot. 10 seconds now. Here comes Jamison. Jamison off the screen from Kenny. And a foul is called on Issa Gelband as Jamison was trying to pass it to the corner for Jilly Sanderson, and she was denied. So it's going to be ball on out of bounds on the side with 5.1 seconds to go in the first half. Ball in. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, 1, floater up, and good by Nori Jamison to end the half. And a way to end the half on the right foot for the Tigers. After that bucket, it's 24-14. Ensworth leads over Harpeth Hall after 1 half. We'll be back for the start of the 3rd quarter. Welcome back to Ricky Bowers Court in the Elkin Athletic Center, the Ensworth campus. I'm Eli Russ here on Ensworth Live for the start of the second half between your Ensworth Tigers and the Harpeth Hall Bears. Tigers start with the ball in the second half, up 10. And Alana Wells going to work, and a quick travel called on Alana Wells. So it's going to be Harpeth Hall basketball after just 10 seconds. Issa Gelband runs the show for Harpeth Hall. Gelband to the wing, cycling out back now to Ava Krumwide, who's on the floor. Now Gelband's on the floor, throwing it up to Emery Smith, who's driving into the lane, floating it up, no good, and a foul called on Alana Wells on the shot. That is her third foul. And Emery Smith going to the line for two. First one, too strong, and the Tigers preserve their 10-point lead. Second one up for Smith. Again, off the back iron, rebound by Kaylin Kenny. Kenny passes it up to Nori Jameson, who is going to set up the play. Jameson going to work, driving into the lane, spinning, floating up, and good. Nori Jameson did that one all by herself. Tigers now lead by 12. Krumwide backing down Wells. The fadeaway is good. Ava Krumwide, really nice fadeaway shot over Alana Wells, cutting the lead from Ensworth back down to 10. Jameson out to the wing to Hale. Hale up top to Tempo Hahn. Hahn spinning, throwing to the other wing to Nori Jameson. Jameson out back to Hale. Hale looking for a place to penetrate. Hits Jameson in the middle. Jameson with the floater. Rattles around and finally goes down. Nori Jameson's second bucket of the second half. 28-16 Tigers. Gelband going to work on Kaylin Kenny. Gelband penetrates and then retreats. Passing it out to the wing and Olivia Roccinelli. Roccinelli out to the wing to Emery Smith. Smith driving in, laying it up, too strong. She gets her own rebound, kicks it out to the corner to Riccinelli. Up top, back to Gelband, and Harpeth Hall is going to reset. Out to the wing to Riccinelli, and deflected by Mac Hale, and an over and back violation called on Harpeth Hall, and it's going to be Ensworth Tiger basketball. Checking out of the game for Ensworth, number 35, Alana Wells, checking in for the first time in the second half, number 22, Jilly Sanderson. Jameson out to the wing to Hale. Hale rips, steps through, lays it up and in. Really nice move by Mac Hale. And Tigers now lead by 14, 30-16. Gelband passes it up to Krumwide. Krumwide driving into the lane, spinning back, fade shot, no good. Gelband with the rebound, throwing it up. And no good, but a foul called. Bit of a weird attempt at a shot there, as Gelband, as soon as she caught it, threw it right back up as she was falling. But nonetheless, she's going to get two shots for it. First one is good. Gelband for her second now. No good, it's too strong, so 1 for 2 that time from Gelband. Sanderson on the rebound, now leading the break. Sanderson thought about a three, but someone stepped up to her. She's going to now hand it off to Nori Jameson. Jameson probing, trying to penetrate, kicking it out to Hale. Hale going to work off the screen from Hahn. Hale kicking out to the wing for Jilly Sanderson. Sanderson inside for Kenny. Kenny with the turnaround jumper, no good. Off the hands of Hahn, and it is Harpeth Hall basketball. Krumwide out to the top of the key, penetrating and kicking. Corner three shot for Harpeth Hall, no good, but the rebound from Harpeth Hall, and a foul called on the rebound. This one's going to go against Ensworth. It's going to be a push on Mac Hale. It's her second foul. and it's going to remain Harpeth Hall basketball. Into Krumwide, no good, and another foul called on Ensworth, this time on Nori Jamison. And it's still going to be Harpeth Hall basketball under the basket from the other side. Checking out of the game is Mac Hale. Into the game, number 11, Naomi Crowley. Into Krumwide, out top to Gelband. Up to Smith. Smith to the corner for Bertali, who kicks it right back up to the top of the key for Gelband. Gelband trying to go to work. Gelband picks it up. Gets it inside to the top of the elbow for Krumwide, but she throws that pass away out the back and out of bounds. And the Tigers, after 2 consecutive fouls, did not surrender a point, so they got out with no harm. Jamison driving into the lane, passing to Kenny. Her layup is no good. She gets her own rebound, goes up, but it's blocked. Thrown out to Crowley for the 3, no good. Kenny fighting for another rebound, and it's out of bounds, but off Harpeth Hall. So it's going to remain Tiger basketball. Throwing it in for the Tigers, Nori Jamison. Thrown out to the top of the key for Jilly Sanderson. Sanderson's going to set up the offense, trying to look inside for Kenny. She gets her at the elbow. Kenny facing up, going to work. Kenny steps, and it's blocked by Krumwide. Good face-up defense there by Harpeth Hall. And now leading the break. And the 3 from Bertali is up and good. 3-pointer by Liza Bertali. Cuts the lead to just 10 for Ensworth. It's 30-20 and a timeout called by Harpeth Hall. 3:56 to go in the 3rd quarter. Tigers still lead by 10, but not as much as they once did. We'll be back after the timeout. Welcome back to Ensworth Live. After the timeout, it'll be Tiger basketball. And a bit of a full court pressure being shown here by Harpeth Hall. Jamison, the inbounder, gets it into Jilly Sanderson, who gets it right up to Naomi Crowley, and the Tigers are out of it, who throws it wide to Tempo Hahn, right back up to the trailing Nori Jamison, who gives it to Jilly Sanderson. Now they're going to set it up. Sanderson going to run the play. Kicking it out to the wing. Nori Jamison with it now. Playing off the screen from Kenny. And a walk there from Nori Jamison. She was bumped and she knew it. So it will now be Bears basketball. 3:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. Tigers still lead by 10, 30-20. Krumwide with it now, playing off a screen. Krumwide backing down Sanderson. Krumwide almost picking up her pivot foot, doesn't, and lays it in. Smooth touch there from Krumwide. And the Tiger lead is now just 8. Sanderson to Crowley. Crowley up top to Jamison. Jamison gonna try a long 3. Too strong off the back iron. Rebound by Liza Bertali, who's gonna lead the break now for Harpeth Hall. She's gonna slow it down, give it to Krumwide at the top of the key. Krumwide is gonna back up. Now give it and get it right back. Good penetration there, but a block and then a save by Kaylin Kenny. Right back out to Nori Jamison, who hits Tempo Hahn in stride, going up for the layup, and it's good. Tempo Hahn with the transition layup, assisted by Nori Jamison. Tigers lead once again by 10. Krumwide now. Out to Sabine Phillip, who's up to Bertali for the three. And it's no good. It's an air ball, but saved by Krumwide. Now Emery Smith with it now. She's going to go back to the top of the key. Jilly Sanderson getting up in Smith's face. Bertali going to try it again. And this time it's short. Rebound by Tempo Hahn. Gives it to Naomi Crowley. She's going to bring it on into the front court and drop it off to Nori Jamison. Under 2 minutes to go now in the third quarter. Jamison takes a mid-range J, no good. Rebound by Hahn, but loses it, hits it off her foot, and a pass from Bertali. Nobody was looking. Taken by Sanderson, given to Kenny, and the hoop and the harm. Kenny with the and one, makes the layup, and now she's gonna shoot for three. Foul was on number 2, Liza Bertali, the girl with the errant pass. That is her first foul of the game, only the team's third. Kenny looking for a three-point play here. Checking out of the game for Ensworth, Jilly Sanderson and Naomi Crowley. Checking back in, Mac Hale and Alana Wells. Kenny makes the free throw, getting three the hard way. And the lead stretches now to 13 for Ensworth. Gelband drives in, gives it off to Kumwide, lays it off, but no good. Rebound by Alana Wells, out to Nori Jamison, who throws it away, and up to Kumwide for the layup, stops and lays it in. Nori Jamison patting her own chest, saying, "That one's on me, guys." And now the Tiger lead's only 11. A foul called there on Bertali again, saying that she hooked Tempo Hahn. That's her second foul in as many trips. 1:01 to go in the third quarter. Tigers lead 35-24. Jameson to the top of the key. Setting up the play. Out to Hahn. Hahn for three, and it's no good, no rim. Alana Wells tracking, but hits it out of bounds, and it's going to be Harpeth Hall basketball. Bertali the inbounder. Ensworth showing full court pressure. Bertali gets it in to Olivia Racciadelli, who then hands it off to Ava Krumwide, who's going to lead it up the court for the Bears. 35 seconds to go in this third quarter. Krumwide trying to work on Hahn. Kicks it out to Gelband for three, and it's good. Gelband hits the three, wide open. The lead now into single digits for Ensworth, and a timeout called by Ensworth. So a bit of momentum going Harpeth Hall's way here, as with 22.6 seconds to go in the third quarter, Tigers lead now down to only 8. We'll be back after the timeout. Welcome back to Ensworth Live, where the Tigers lead Harpeth Hall by a score of 8 points, 35-27, with 22.6 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's Ensworth's ball. Nori Jamison gets the inbound pass, and she's going to bring it into the front court for what will probably be the last shot of this third quarter. Jamison going to work, 10 seconds to go. Jamison driving in, throwing it up, no good, but a foul called on the play. So Jamison will go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. Foul was on number 20, Issa Gelband. That is her first foul of the game. Oh no, they're not going to say it wasn't a shooting foul. They're going to say the foul was on the floor. So with 9 seconds to go, Tigers are going to inbound it. Jamison looking to pass, throws it away, saved by Krumwide. Gelband leading it and throwing it off of Ensworth and out of play. 2.3 seconds left in the third quarter. And Harpeth Hall making a quick substitution. Liza Bertali going to check back into the game. And Ensworth likewise, Jilly Sanderson going to check back into the game for Nori Jamison. So 2.3 seconds to go in the third quarter. Harpeth Hall's ball under the basket. They're going to need a quick set here to get the ball off quick as they only have 2 seconds to go. Bertali to inbound. Thrown into Krumwide. Krumwide shoots. No good, but a foul. Foul on number 35, Alana Wells. That is her 4th foul, the team's 5th. And Ava Krumwide is on the line to shoot 2. Her first one is good. And Alana Wells will check out of the game. Claire Hale will check into the game for Ensworth. Alana Wells with 4. We'll monitor that situation to see how Ensworth plays it. Krumwide's second one is good. And she will check out of the game. Number 13, Sabine Phillip, will check back in. So the Tiger lead now down only to 6. Jilly Sanderson looking to maybe shoot it, but then just drops the ball. And that's the end of the third quarter. Tigers lead by 6 after 3 with a score of 35-29. We'll be back for the start of the fourth quarter.
Hey, Ross, say something to him. Like, oh, see how that worked? Let's go, Bears!
Welcome back to Ricky Bowers Court in the Elkin Athletics Center and Ensworth Live for the start of the fourth quarter between your Ensworth Tigers and the Harpeth Hall Bears. As Harpeth Hall is going to start with the ball in this fourth quarter, down 6 points. Ensworth has led the entirety of the game. Issa Gelband, the lead girl for Harpeth Hall. Running the point, good defense by Tempo Hahn. And Emery Smith, the ball nearly hit the line. Ensworth's bench screaming that it did, but the refs did not see it that way. Now Ava Kumwide going to work on Jilly Sanderson, a battle of number 22s. And now Liz Bernstein going to try and back down Claire Hale. She's going to kick it out to the corner to Emery Smith again. Smith working on Kaylin Kenny, makes a nice crossover and lays it up and in, nearly too strong, but it falls through. And the lead is now only 4. Jilly Sanderson running the point. Now transitioning to the wing. She's going to go off a screen from Kaylin Kenny. She's going to try and throw it into Kenny, who gets it. But a foul is going to be called on Harpeth Hall. Let's see who this one's on here. It's going to be on Issa Gelband. That is her second of the game. Team's first in the quarter. Checking into the game for Ensworth is Nori Jamison. Checking out is Jilly Sanderson. Tigers have the ball under the basket, out of bounds. Ensworth barely got that ball in bounds in time before his 5-second call. And now up to the top of the key is Nori Jamison. Minute gone by here in the fourth. Tigers lead by 4 now. Mac Hale with the ball on the wing. Hale going to work. She's going to shoot a 3. Too strong. And rebound by Emery Smith, but poked away by Kaylin Kenny. Good backtrack by Kenny, who gets it out to the top of the key, and Nori Jamison. Tigers with a fresh possession. Jamison retreating, going to call a play. Jamison going to work. Jamison with the floaters up and good. Nori Jamison with the floater. Lead back out to 6 for Ensworth. Issa Gelband calling the play for Harpeth Hall. Going off Liza Bertali's screen. Ava Kumwide coming to get it at the top of the key. Kumwide going to work on Tempo Han. Kumwide drawing a double, laying it up, no good, too strong off the glass. Rebound by Claire Hale, and then a scrum on the floor as the pass was too strong for Nori Jamison. Mac Hale was fighting for it, and it was eventually knocked out of bounds by Harpeth Hall. It's going to remain Ensworth basketball. So a bit of a flurry there, but it's still Ensworth ball. Exactly 6 minutes to go in this game. Ensworth leading by 6. Nori Jamison played point all game for the Tigers. Now she's going to work again, into the lane. Going up, and a jump ball, possession arrow for Ensworth. So Ensworth will retain possession. Jamison gonna take the inbound. Tempo Han, 4-3, no good. Off of the rim, and a rebound by Harpeth Hall. Ava Kumwide bringing it into the front court for Harpeth Hall. Going to work on Claire Hale. Playing off the screen from Bertali, now Mac Hale's on her. Kicking it out to Emery Smith. Smith driving baseline, drawing the help defender, and too strong on the floater. Rebound by Nori Jamison, and the Tigers are pushing. Jamison into the lane, lays it off for Hale, and a foul called on the play. A push going to be called on Harpeth Hall. It's on number 22, Ava Kumwide. That's her 3rd. And that's the team's 2nd of the quarter. And now checking in for Harpeth Hall, Olivia Rishendelli. And checking out of the game is Emery Smith. Tigers once again have the ball under the basket. Out to Mac Hale for 3, and it's short. So no good on the 3 for Mac Hale. Rebound by Harpeth Hall. Each crowd urging their own respective team on here as we reach crunch time, and a foul called on Kaylin Kenny. That is her 2nd of the game and the 1st one of the quarter for Ensworth. Checking back into the game for Ensworth, number 35, Alana Wells, who will replace Kaylin Kenny. And it will be Harpeth Hall's ball out of bounds on the side. Liza Bertali gets it into Issa Gelband, who had it tipped away by Mac Hale, but then received by Gelband. Now out to Bertali, who's driving in, kicking it out to Kumwide. Kumwide getting to the mid-range jumper. It's no good, but a rebound by Harpeth Hall by Sabine Phillip. Ooh, and a big bump there as Olivia Rishendelli hits the floor hard. And 2 free throws coming up for Harpeth Hall. Foul committed by number 13, Claire Hale of Ensworth. So 2 shots coming up for Olivia Rishendelli. The first one rims out and down through once again with a touch from the backboard. The second one rims in and out. So 1 for 2 from the line, but a jump ball as Alana Wells and Sabine Phillip fight over the rebound. The possession arrow towards Harpeth Hall. So Harpeth Hall will get another possession after Olivia Rishendelli goes 1 for 2 from the line. Liza Bertali gets it into Issa Gelband, and there's immediately a scrum on the floor, another jump ball. And this one's gonna go right back to Ensworth. Possession arrow flipping sides frequently here in the 4th quarter. Ensworth ball. Tigers showing a 3/4 court pressure. Excuse me, Harpeth Hall is. Out to Claire Hale, now to Alana Wells. Alana Wells driving, and she is fouled on the way up. So it's going to be a shooting foul. Foul on number 1, Kennedy Millsley. Excuse me, 13, Sabine Phillip. That's her first. And the team's third. So Alana Wells to the line for 2 shots. First one no good as it's too strong off the back iron. But Wells will get another chance. The second one is nothing but the net. And that will extend the lead for the Tigers back out to 6 points, 38-32 with 4:30 to go in the fourth quarter and in the game. Tigers still leading, as they have the entire game. Issa Gelband working on Mac Hale. Hale, good defense. Nori Jameson pokes it away. Nori Jameson on the break. Jameson up, and no good, too strong, but Mac Hale with the follow and lays it in. So good follow by Mac Hale, cleaning up Nori Jameson's miss. And the Tigers extend their lead now out to 8. Gelband calling the play. Giving it to Kumwide. Guarded by Wells. Kumwide looking to throw. Gets it back out to Gelband, and it goes through her hands and out of bounds. Turnover by Harpeth Hall, and it's going to be Ensworth ball. And checking out of the game is Ava Kumwide, number 22. Checking right back in is Emery Smith for the Bears. 3:45 to go in the game. Tigers lead. Tempo Hahn drives in, lays it up, and gets the roll. Tempo Hahn with the bucket. Tigers now lead by double digits once more, 42-32. And an outlet pass to Emery Smith, who's wide open in the corner for 3. No good. Liz Bernstein with the rebound. Liza Bertali going to try her luck, and she connects. Liza Bertali drains the 3, and a quick timeout called by Harpeth Hall. With a score of 42-35, Tigers lead cut down to 7. 3:24 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll be back after the timeout.
We missed a lot of shots. And we're still in the game. And we're still in it.
We're playing ball fight.
Yeah.
The winner we're playing, do a ball fight.
Welcome back to Ricky Bowers Court and Elkin Athletic Center and Ensworth Live, as your Ensworth Tigers are going down to the wire with the Harpeth Hall Bears leading by 7 with 3:20 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Tiger basketball, but the Bears showing pressure. Nori Jameson hit in the face there, no foul called, gives it into Claire Hale, goes up and is fouled. So maybe not too much of a foul there on the shot from Claire Hale, but might have been a makeup call on what seemed to be a pretty obvious foul that was on Nori Jameson. But nonetheless, Claire Hale's going to go to the line and shoot 2. First one up, too strong, no good for Claire Hale. Checking into the game for Harpeth Hall, number 5, Emery Smith, replacing Olivia Rishandelli. Hale's second one off the back iron, but gets the roll. And she will check out after going 1 for 2 from the line. Kaylin Kenny checks back into the game. Tigers now showing their own press. Tempo Hahn tipped that intro pass. Emery Smith now picks up her dribble in the backcourt. Tigers showing some ferocious press, but now a break. Good pass there for Ava Kumwide and an easy layup for Liza Bertali. And the lead is back down to 6. Mac Hale getting doubled, gets a good bounce pass out to Nori Jameson. Jameson gives it to Tempo Hahn on the wing. Hahn looking, gonna try and retreat, gives it back out to Jameson. Jameson transitioning to the top of the key. She's drawing a double team to Alana Wells inside the Tempo Hahn. Really good job there from Alana Wells. facing up and looking for the open man. Temple Hahn was sitting under the basket wide open, and an easy 2 there. And in the transition to 3 for Harpeth Hall, Emery Smith knocks it down, and the lead is now 5. Mac Hale going to the rim, and it's no good. Rebound by Alana Wells, and a foul called on Harpeth Hall. Foul is on number 13, Sabine Phillip. Team's 5th in the quarter, and Ensworth will now be in the bonus. So Alana Wells will go to the line for 1-and-1. First one hits the back iron and then rims out. Second one is good. So 1 for 2 from the line for Alana Wells. Lead back out to 6, 46-40. Ensworth leading. Oh, and Emery Smith is wide open in the corner for 3, but it's no good. Rebound by Harpeth Hall, though. And Issa Gelband, she's going to be called for a double dribble. So a costly turnover there by Harpeth Hall. And Ensworth is going to call a timeout here to think over what they're going to do from the sideline. 1:57 to go in the game. Tigers lead 46-40. We'll be back after the timeout. Welcome back to Ensworth Live. Weren't gone too long that time. Tigers with the ball, 1:57 to go in the game. Tigers lead by 6. Nori Jameson gets the ball in the half court, and immediate pressure from the Bears, but Nori Jameson finds Tempo Hahn, who's drawing a double team. Hahn gets it out to Mac Hale, switching sides of the court, back up top to Nori Jameson. Jameson going to work. Jameson off the screen from Wells. Jameson kicks to the corner for Tempo Hahn, and an offensive foul called away from the ball on Kaylin Kenny. And it's going to be Harpeth Hall basketball. That's Kenny's 3rd foul, but it probably won't matter too much how many here in the last 90 seconds of the game. 1:30 to go. Harpeth Hall down by 6 to the Tigers, as they have been all game long. Ava Kumwide now out to Issa Gelband, guarded by Tempo Hahn. Gelband going to work on Hahn. Hahn, good defense. Kenny now on Bernstein. Bernstein picks it up, looking to pass. Finds Emery Smith. Mac Hale on Smith. 1 minute to go now. Thrown in, looking for Kumwide, and it's picked off by Alana Wells, and a foul. Foul on Ava Kumwide on the reach-in. That is her 4th. And going to the line for the bonus, Alana Wells is going to shoot 2. First one is up and good for Alana Wells. Second one is as well. So 2 for 2 from the line for Alana Wells. Leads now out to 8 points for Ensworth. An open 3 now for Emery Smith for Harpeth Hall, and it's no good off the front iron. Alana Wells with the rebound out to Nori Jameson. Jameson being triple teamed, and they're going to call a foul on Harpeth Hall. So Jameson will go to the line to shoot 2. 41 seconds left in this game, and the Tigers look to be running away with it. Fouls on number 33, Liz Bernstein. That is her 1st of the game. And Nori Jameson Ensworth starting point guard is going to go to the line for 2. Jameson's first one's up, and it's no good. Lead is still 8, though. Jameson up for the second. Bottoms. Now 9 points. Tiger advantage. Under 40 now, and a quick timeout called by Harpeth Hall. 37 seconds left in the game. It is Harpeth Hall basketball, but Tigers lead by 9 points. We'll be back after the timeout for the last 40 seconds of the game.
Set up a play.
Welcome back to Ensworth Live, where Tigers lead Bears 49 to 40. 37 seconds left. Bears basketball. Now it's Issa Gelband going for a mid-range jumper. It's no good. Gets her own rebound. Out to Ava Kumwide. 4-3. No good. Rebound kicked out to the Bears. And Lisa Bertali's 3 is good. It's a made 3-point basket and a loose ball foul on Ensworth, so it will be Harpeth Hall basketball under Ensworth's basket, even after the made 3-pointer. Foul called on number 1, Mac Hale. That is her 3rd, team's 4th, so 1 more, and Harpeth Hall will be in the bonus. 20 seconds to go. Tigers lead by 6. Gelband kicks it out to Raccinelli. Raccinelli down to the lane, and it's good. Tiger lead cut to 4, and a quick timeout by Harpeth Hall. It's a full timeout. So once again, we will step away until both teams come back. 15 seconds left in the game. It's Tiger basketball, leading 49 to 45.
Go Bears!
Welcome back to Ensworth Live and Ricky Bowers Court in the Elkin Athletic Center, where the Ensworth Tigers have the ball, leading by 4 with 15 seconds to go. Full court pressure here from Harpeth Hall. Gets it into Alana Wells, right back to Nori Jameson. Jameson's fouled quickly, and she's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. Jameson 0 for 2 on her last trip to the line, looking to change that narrative with this trip. The remaining 4 Tigers that are not Nori Jameson are back at the half-court line to play defense, and the first one rattles around the rim and doesn't go in. Nori Jameson visibly upset with herself after that one. Jameson's second one is good. So the lead up to 5 now with 10 seconds left in the game, and it might just be too many points for Harpeth Hall. Issa Gelband looking to go. Liz Bernstein with a long 3-pointer. It's no good. Nori Jameson with the rebound, and she's gonna run this one out as Ensworth's going to escape with the 50 to 45 win as the Tigers take down the Bears. 50-45. We'll be back for the start of the boys game as they take on NBA after the Ricky Bowers court dedication. I've been Eli Russ. I'll be back in an hour.
Shanna, you want to stay for the boys game?
Apparently Ensworth has a couple of really good players.
Okay, I'm going to take my parents out.
Hey, do y'all want to move to the end or you want to stay? Where are the kids? They sit down there. Oh. Later, Ed. Have a good night. Stay warm tomorrow. You out of here now?
Yeah, now.
Check, check. That's good.
Good evening, and welcome to this celebration honoring Coach Ricky Bowers. My name is Prentice Stabler, and I serve here at Ensworth as our head of school. I first learned about Ricky when I was a rookie teacher working at Macaulay. I was working in the dorm one evening in 2010 watching the state football championship between Ricky's Ensworth Tigers and Macaulay's arch rival, Baylor. This was early in Ensworth's tenure, but you better believe every boy in that dorm was rooting against Baylor. And with 7 seconds left in the game, Drew Parker lofted a touchdown pass to David Dingus in the corner of the end zone for the win. And the dorm full of Macaulay boys went wild. Little did they know, but Ricky's football and basketball teams were about to embark on a campaign of dominance that would come at their expense. And for many years, many Macaulay teams would leave their games against the Tigers feeling sad. As much as these wins characterize my early knowledge of Ricky, what I have come to appreciate about him most over the years working together is his commitment to the highest principles, his commitment to making sure that our students became men and women of impeccable character. He is among the most competitive men I have ever met, but with Ricky, the people always came before the winning, and the winning usually came right after that. He got both. So it's no accident today that our program is full of those people, his former athletes, his former colleagues. We'll hear from Tavares Jefferson, class of 2009, Ensworth's very first Mr. Football winner. We'll hear from founding head of our high school, David Morgan. We'll hear from KP McDermott, class of 2008, our first professional athlete. And we'll hear from David Whitfield, longtime teacher, coach, and leader, who will dedicate our court. Ricky, been an honor serving with you. I'm happy to be here tonight, surrounded by the people who love you the most. Please join me in welcoming KP McDermott.
It'll be short, I promise. Coach, it's an honor to be here and to speak with all of you tonight. My perspective is a unique one because I was a member of the first graduating class here at Ensworth High. And as a result, Coach Bowers was my basketball and football coach for 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. Results came very slowly. I'd like to make it clear, none of Coach's many Ensworth championships were won with my class. But over those 5 years, he worked relentlessly to build a culture of excellence. He had high expectations for students' effort, both in the classroom and on the athletic field. And while championships were always the goal, his culture of excellence wasn't focused on winning. Over the 5 years I spent with him, not once did he mention winning in a conversation. His focus in a locker room pregame speech or when watching game film was always on improving the details. I didn't recognize this until I was a student at UCLA. At that time, John Wooden, the legendary basketball coach, was still alive and a regular on campus. In a talk he gave to us student athletes, he mentioned that you would never hear him mention winning to any of his players. His idea was that you can lose when you outscore the opponent, and you can win when you are outscored. The most, I'll call them thorough critiques I received from Coach Bowers came after wins, when we didn't execute up to standards. And many times the happiest I saw him was after a loss, when we'd played beyond our collective ability. Great coaches like Ricky don't talk about winning. They talk about the habits and standards that lead to wins. At each away game, Coach Bowers would demand that we leave every locker room not just clean, but spotless. His expectation was that we leave a place better than we found it. I want to tell you today, Coach, and your family as well, that you in your decades here at Ensworth have been both greatly appreciated and have made a significant impact. Not only will you leave Ensworth a better place than you found it, but the school would not exist if not for your vision, your relentless effort, and your conviction. From a grateful student body and school, from my family and I, thank you very much.
In 2002, Ricky was the founding athletic director of what was a 200 or so acre farm. The spot was one of a pasture where this facility now exists. Ricky planned this sensational facility and then put it into practice in a way that was even more impressive. The heart of his approach was what we called our umbrella policy, which specified a certain number of hours for each part of our program. 40 hours for academics, that's 5 courses of 8 hours each. 3 hours for supplemental academic approaches in service learning or assemblies. And then 15 hours a week for athletics, of which 3 hours were in a fitness program that occurred during the academic day. This left 12 hours for interscholastic varsity athletics. That is an unheard of low number for that sort of endeavor. But it caught the attention of the Tennessean in 2009, and Ricky wrote to them in 2009 saying, "An interesting article might be our umbrella policy for athletics at EHS. 12 hours per week maximum, including travel. No one will believe it. No one will believe it, but coaches document their hours for the previous week each Monday morning, and all this info is available to the community on the website." Following that letter, Ricky's basketball team won the state championship in 2009, and then in 2011, and 2012, and 2013, and 2014. At the same time, he was winning football state championships as well in 2010, 2011, 2012, and 2013. I remember watching the end of one football game where we were behind and it looked like he was out of his control. And yet he managed a team that went all the way down the field and scored in the final seconds of the game by a pass to the end zone by our quarterback to win another consecutive state championship. Ricky has the remarkable capability of making the astonishing seem incredible and inevitable. He wrote a letter to football parents in 2013 in October and characterized what he thought was important. Most of what we talk about after each game and the conclusion of each practice has little to do with football and much to do with character development, responding to disappointment, sharing successes, loving people and using things instead of loving things and using people, placing the good of the team before personal desires, becoming physically tough, consistently demonstrating discipline, encouraging each other, obeying the law, and working hard. There was one time when I was at Ensworth when I had an accident. There was a severe back incident and was really unable to walk. I couldn't walk upright. Could only bend over at a 90-degree angle to get around. I couldn't sleep at night. Only on the third night was I able to get 1 hour of sleep because of the pain. Ricky came to visit one evening, He was there for 1 hour. We didn't talk about anything particularly important, but during that hour, I was entirely pain-free. I don't know how he did that. But as usual, Ricky made everyone better in every circumstance just by being present. I find it hard to characterize Ricky with even the most hyperbolic and yet true adjectives. I marvel at his extraordinary success, the almost magical impact of his presence, and his priceless friendship. Thank you, Ricky. You are the best.
All right. You can see that I'm a little late here. I will say, Coach Bowers, I could write a book. I really could on what you meant to me and what you mean to the school and what you meant to Nashville. But Maxwell only gave me a couple of minutes, so here I go. My first memory of Coach Bowers in basketball, my first game as a freshman, I had a pretty good game. I think I scored like 28 points, and I was feeling myself, feeling good. The next week at practice, Coach Bowers said, "All right, Tavares, no dribbles." And I'm like, "No dribbles? What are you talking about?" "Well, how am I going to score?" "Well, you got to use your teammates. You got to backdoor. Backdoor? Come on, just give me the ball." He didn't let me dribble the entire week, and then in a game, we could not dribble the entire game. Now, we lost that game, obviously. I don't know if that was the point, but what he would always say, he's preparing to win when it mattered most, and he was really keen on me developing skills outside of dribbling. So he probably ended up hating that because by my senior year, he couldn't get me to stop shooting. But that's who he was. The winner, the ultimate winner. I might name the book that, The Ultimate Winner. Winning's hard. Winning the last game of the season is hard. There's Hall of Fame coaches at all levels, college, NBA, high school, who don't win a championship. But to have multiple championships back to back takes a very special leader. I think at some point, we, the Ensworth community, was starting to think it was easy, but it wasn't. I mean, it takes an incredible strength of a leader in the community to win that much at multiple locations. So I did have a speech written down. I lost it in the airport chasing my son around. But I'm going to end on a couple of my favorite quotes. If you know Coach Bowers, you know these quotes. But I got to say them. So first one, leave the place better than you found it. The second one, integrity, boys, integrity. Sidebar here. So we were driving on West End. He was driving little short orange buses. I don't know if we still have those. We're going to a game. We're passing Bellmead. Someone in another car throws out a banana peel. He sees it. He swerves in a lane, tells one of the players, "All right, get out and pick up that banana peel," picks it up, drives up to the car to say, "Hey, I got your banana peel." And then he just looks back to us and say, "Integrity, boys, integrity." I'm like, man, this guy. Number 3, I have forgotten more basketball than you know. I mean, these are some great quotes. Potential just means that you haven't done anything yet. These last three, especially if you're in high school here, so important, these last three. Nothing good happens after 12 a.m. Never write down anything that you don't want the whole world to know. And the last one, this is my favorite, when I'm leading in my work that I do, these are the things that I think about every day. And I think about this quote since I've met Coach Bowers. There's only two things in life you can control, and that's your attitude and your effort. Coach, I love you. Your legacy is beyond this court, and I appreciate everything you've done for me, this Ensworth community, and Nashville. Thank you.
Coach Bowers is nervous. I've known the man for 30 years. He knows he's in trouble, and he had no opportunity to vet my presentation. Anyway, the coach of Ricky Bowers, his success as a coach is well documented. He's a Hall of Fame coach, 15 state championships in 2 sports. This doesn't sound right. Hello, are we here? Okay, that sounds better, okay? I think when we first started Ensworth, we didn't lose a region basketball game for 5 years. And when we lost our first game, so excited was our opposition's fan base that they actually stormed the floor. So I don't need to talk about Coach Bowers as a basketball coach. I had the privilege of working with him for 30 years. Coach, we're getting old, okay, if you haven't noticed. But during a 30-year journey, I've made a few observations that I'd like to share with you today. Number one, he never made excuses for losing. I've never heard Coach Bowers make an excuse for losing. Number two, he always looked ahead. I'll echo Tavares' sentiment. I remember the time we won a game by maybe 35 points, and he called me that night, and he was critiquing the performance of every player. And I said, well, Coach, wow, aren't you excited about anything? He said, I don't care about tonight. I'm preparing for the championship. Thirdly, he never made the officials a point of emphasis. And I thought this was fascinating. During my 30 years of working with Coach Bowers as his assistant coach, I don't ever remember him getting a technical foul. All right? Coach Pearson, I don't know about you, but that's pretty impressive. If he did get a technical foul, it has something to do with the uniform being backwards or something non-related to his interaction with the officials. But he always kept the officials out of the game. Finally, he had great faith in his plan. For example, I once said, Coach, don't you think we're getting a little predictable? And he said to me, Whit, I'll tell you what, we could give the team our playbook. If we execute properly, it doesn't matter. Let's just work on getting good. Ricky Bowers, what is most impressive, is a great father. Debbie, I'll have to check with you about this. This is my perception from the outside looking in. A devoted husband and an exemplary educator. And he's one of the most widely read men I've ever met in the field of education. Some of our better arguments have been over religion. And then until we decided, I'm not going to convert him, he isn't going to convert me, so we decided to put our weapons down. Anyway, let's take this moment to officially honor Ricky and name this place the Ricky Bowers Court. Please stand and give the man an ovation. Coach, would you stop faking an ankle injury and come up and say a few words?
Yeah, it's a tough mic. Okay, we got a game to play. This is going to be quick. It's impossible to thank everybody that is a part of, your professional life. So let me just apologize beforehand for not thanking everyone. But if you've ever been our partner in anything, whatever school, you're a part of who we are, and you are to be appreciated. I want to thank these guys for doing the speaking. You guys made a great effort to come down here. I know that wasn't easy, and to stand before other people and speak, I know is somewhat painful, as this one is. I coached with a guy one time, and he retired 3 times. I'm not kidding. I was at all 3 of his retirements. His name was Jimmy Gentry at Brentwood Academy. I went to his first one. I thought, man, that was really nice. His second one was nice. His third one was nice. Well, now I know why he retired. This is nice, man. I like this. This is kind of fun. We have to do this again. I got to get my glasses on. To execute a night like this, there's a lot of operations that go on. I know Megan Mitchell did a lot of this work. Jason, Bradley, Jason Robinson as well, Kim Hubner and her team. So thank y'all for making the extra effort to do that. There's probably hundreds or maybe even thousands of people who have actually partnered with us over the years. And when I say us, I'm talking about us collectively. A famous college basketball coach once said, foolish is the coach who receives an honor and doesn't give all the credit to his assistant coaches and his players. And that really is the truth. All of the work that's been done has been the assistant coaches, and all the scores and all the plays that have been made have been the players. So thanks to you who make this all very possible. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the people in the school business that matter the most, and that's the people in the classroom. This is true for every school that I taught at and coached at and was a part of. They were all college preparatory schools, and the success of the extracurricular programs, especially the athletics, is a byproduct of the excellence that's in the classroom. If you don't have the first one, you won't get the second one. So the teachers that are involved in Ensworth and all the schools I've been a part of, you deserve the credit for all of the successes that are done on the field of play. And then, of course, there's all these people in school business that really, they're not teaching in the classroom and they're not getting to coach. It's the kitchen ladies and the maintenance people and the people that are behind the scenes, security, that make it all happen, all on behalf of students. So you, the students, you should be thinking, okay, well, how did this all come about? It didn't just show up. Great appreciation for them in making it all happen. I want to thank all of you for believing in and rolling up your sleeve to execute the vision of this place, which is, we envision a school community dedicated to following the highest principles with the greatest love, as characterized by moral integrity, intellectual vitality, discipline, compassion, humor, and joy. We actually are attempting to execute that vision statement, and it's worthwhile. Thank you. Okay, finally, before we get to play the real game, if you're a coach here, we had a lot of coaches in the other gathering and are still here, I'm sure. And if you're a coach and you have a spouse, then you know what I'm going to talk about right here. I can't imagine being married to me. I really can't. It's really it's unconscionable to think that someone could actually make that happen. So I'm going to ask my wife. You can bring Brody if you want. Come on down here. Yep, here we go. So I have been accused before of recruiting, and I am good at it. And this is how you know, because I have married the greatest person that there is. It's unbelievable. Can you imagine what it would be like to come home to me? and I mean, think of all the horrible things that go on with your children. Well, I'm bringing that home to our family. And she's having to manage it all. And she did it with such grace and such beauty and such love. And she's just been the force behind all the good things that have gone on. So you're good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're good. You're actually the best. So way to go.
Thank you.
And if we ever do this again, I will give her more credit. All right, back to you, Jason.
All right, to close this evening out, it's a remarkable evening honoring such a great man. Coach, about a year ago, you passed this athletic director baton to me, and I promise to always make you proud, to always leave things better than they're found it. And I know this was not on your role to get something big, but I heard from a little birdie that there's something you wanted. I heard you wanted letters. So, Coach, on behalf of the Ensworth School and community, we have a commemorative box filled with letters for you.
Hey, that is exciting. Whoa, I love the box. Way to go, buddy.
As I close, Coach, thank you for taking a chance on me. Thank you for making us all Ensworthian. Thanks for always being who you are. Thank you all for being out tonight. Now let's play a basketball game. Hey. You gonna get them over there?
We don't sell shit, we just make hits. Yeah. Tryna keep in my composure, never sober, never. This poet's like a day. If I gotta fight for love, then it's like I don't even want it. Known to let that Mac fly just like my Baby, can you help me? Baby, can you help me? Baby, can you help me? I'm trying to get my life together, leave these alone. Pray to God I can leave the street, this thing is getting more than old. Baby, please don't leave it. Every day her heart getting more than cold. I'm tired of piping these up, I'm topping like provolone. I'm trying to my digits at the same time, watch what the go. I call you ain't picking up. What the these be on? I just went bought 14 acres. You stay up in the mobile homes. Need a bad with low body count to put my focus on. He tried to end my career. Truth be told, on my homes. So many up in here. One of them I'm taking home. I'm balling on all these same court that the Lakers on. I'm more up than all these. Baby girl, my paper long. Do you love me? Do you trust me? Say you got my back, but it's that paper got you on. Can I keep it real for a second, well, baby? Would you judge me? I can't lie, I ain't been the same since them stuck me. That corrupt me. I'ma get back even if I get life, trust me. Till then, I'm kick back in the cup, popping up on bubbly. Look your in the eyes and tell him I say he can't with me. If I take it to my house and stick it in, that look stuck with me. Look, playing mind games. Trying to do my mind frame. You block me, I won't call you back. I promise it's just a mind thing. In that Hellcat, hit the gas, you hear that wine, ain't it? Up the 100 pack, I'm talking way before I got signed, baby. Why I ain't got no hits on you? I guess it ain't time yet. Promise to stay down with it until my go blind yet. Told you I'm done with all that cheating, stop that crying yet. Same I said it last time, but I ain't done yet. Another I told you I'm out here getting mine yet. So you I'm on the way, but I'm still. I ain't come yet. Bought you another whip, but you just speak on what I ain't done yet. Yeah, I cheat on you, want you to really do you love me? Do you trust me? Say you got my back, but it's that paper got you on the. Can I keep it real for a second, well, baby? Would you judge me? I can't lie, I ain't been the same since them stuck me. That corrupt me. I'ma get back even if I get life, trust me. Till then, I'm kick back in the cup, popping up on bubbly. Look your in the eyes and tell him I say he can't with me. If I take it to my house, stick it in, that look stuck with me.
Yeah. Biz up. Left pocket full of pink fizzies, right pocket got blues in it. Lord send them packs to me, I know what to do with it. $1,000 shoes, I'm walking on a damn ounce. He ain't running up a bag, he running his damn mouth. I'm Mr. Swinger Dope, Mr. Beat the Road. 2,000 on a coat, stepping on they throat. I'm Mr. Ride Foreign, I'm Mr. Ain't Going. Mr. Pump Faker, I'm Mr. Pot Scraper. The way I'm driving, I just might wreck or something. Why would I chase a? I can go chase a check or something. You ain't talk about no money. Look, burn up. Got me turned up. Too slippery. Walk in the club and make a mess. They thought I was sweating. All this water on my chest. Yeah, I'm on M. I ain't settling for less. I ain't DJ Khaled, baby, but you know we the best. You know, I done seen 100 ball, flip phone, trap doing somersaults. You know, I done seen 100 ball, flip phone, trap doing somersaults, trap doing hurdles. Your phone like a turtle. You is not no fucking boss. You know you a working. I'm a fucking splurging. I'm a dope serving. Real street, foreign whip swerving. Left pocket full of pink fizzies, right pocket got blues in it. Plus send them packs to me, I know what to do with it. $1,000 shoes, I'm walking on a damn ounce. He ain't running up a bag, he running his damn mouth. I'm Mr. Swinger Dope, Mr. Beat the Road. 2,000 on a coat, stepping on they throat. I'm Mr. Ride Foreign, I'm Mr. Ain't Going. He Mr. Pump Faker, I'm Mr. Pot Scraper. been over, then I murder. Call gunner if you want you a Birkin. Oh, baby, you be lying in your verses. I be here and say you buying them purses. I can't even lie, you ain't my type. You ain't even know that fine in person. I can guarantee you if you my kind, she got every bag you can imagine. Big house, I can really be bragging. 100,000 in my mouth like what's happening. Not the big cheap tea that's embarrassing. He ain't me, you can keep the comparison. My probably one of the baddest. Good girl, turning into a savage. This bitch got a problem in traffic. We came doing matching G-Wagon. Low key, I been keeping it classy. Could be really out here doing them nasty. Couldn't even see me in last year. Just started in them then last year. I ain't even tried to and I passed them. Giving looks, I contribute to fashion. Drop a song, I be giving them captions. Stand alone, not your regular rapper. Brand new car is noisy. Come through and it's roaring. You ain't gotta worry, don't care about your boyfriend. See me and get nervous, I damn near did it perfect. Work hard and determined, it's safe to say I earned it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need the drivers of these two vehicles to come up to the announcer's table. First one has a license plate of Ohio 256 ZTG. That again is Ohio 256 ZTG. The second one is Tennessee 13 NPB0. It is a Subaru. That again, Tennessee 13 MPB0. That is a Subaru. Very, very important. Come to the announcer's table, please.
I'm on that back when I step on the floors. I'm on that me and the broken cadoge. I'm on that back when I stood at the stores. Ain't going broke, I'm just back on my old. Don't taking I don't know how to cope it. I know one thing I'm never gonna be hopeless. If you tell them what was said, you were rolling. Try the new Corvette like it's stolen. Yeah. Brand new car is noisy. Come through and it's roaring. You ain't gotta worry, don't care about your boyfriend. See me and get nervous, I damn near did it perfect. Work hard and determined, it's safe to say I earned it. Whoa. Yeah. None of you guys can flash me. Whoa. Matter of fact, none of you guys can hide me. Whoa. Post my drip up daily just so they can see. Whoa. Turn me up some more so my haters can hear. Brand new car is noisy. Come through and it's roaring. You ain't gotta worry, don't care about your boyfriend. See me and get nervous, I damn near did it perfect. Work hard and determined, it's safe to say I earned it. Whoa. Yeah. None of you guys can flash me. Whoa. Matter of fact, none of you guys can hide me. Whoa. Post my drip up daily just so they can see. Whoa. Turn me up some more so my haters can hear. Whoa.
Cut that shit up, Quay.
4PF look like we hit bricks, like we sell bricks. We don't sell shit, we just make hits. Yeah. Tryna keeping my composure, never sober, never choking, always smoking dope. Fuck them if they getting over. Got a monkey coat me cause the kid the coldest. I ain't changed, I stay the same and maintain. Safe to say the kid older. But gang, I'm never switching over. Made a lane and niggas can't get over. I can't mess with rappers, they be bogus. Rather get a pack and keep up. Big dripper, stand up in motion. Everybody trapping, we get losing. He ain't 4PF if he ain't got motion. Made a half a ticket out promotion. Shout out Switcher Sweet, they keep me rolling. But if we catch the op, we gotta smoke 'em. Ride around with Drake, like we OVO. And I want some more, still got them in the all they give and go. Keep a nigga, man, bitch in a figure four. Let me fuck when I want, I just come and go. Man, these rats getting too big for these skinny clothes. I might put me an M in some picture both. They little bro hit the stick and start getting low. I spent 500 rats on a Lambo and didn't even know how to make that motherfucker go. On my birthday, I just wanna lift the dough. Barely flex, but don't play with me, period. Shooters follow behind in the years. In the road truck, I feel like a tourist. I'm the one from the bottom who sold out my partner, them pounds used to drive in the beard. I'm heating up, I fuck with slides and I'm gonna bust. He can't put on that drip, he ain't one of us. How you riding the Benz in a Tonka truck? How you got everybody lit piping up? Oh, she bad with no swag, I can pipe her up. Make my last with no wife and her. Count the money up fast like I'm typing some. I'm the type to get active and never run.
Keep the rulers, my niggas ain't scared of none. Ain't no rules, you got rats, you can get it done. On a light day, I keep me 100 buns. Making hit after hit, call me Barry Bun. For this Christmas, I bought everybody guns. Gloss and choppers and effins for everyone. Take the roof out the collar to feel the sun. My bro gon' see his bop 5 times a month.
fuck. Got this bitch out the collar, she suck it and swallow. I stick it and she feel it in a gut. We don't run from my problems, we stacking up guala and guala and trying to get it mega bucks. We don't drip a little nigga, best watch your step. The top shelf, got 40 designer belts. OPF, look like the new BMF. Think I'm deaf, got stones in my right and left. How you crank up the car, ain't no key in there. Just pull up, spin they block and get out of there. Wake up, have a hard time finding what to wear. Treat the hoe like a tire, I keep a spell. Wanna strap because I'm war ready. Check the trust, I'm counting more fetty. Scott spell a Jubilee and a present. 150 playing Richard Miller. I'ma milk the game until it's empty. Look, cause I spit that flame until it's empty. I am not a killer, but don't tempt me. Spending rate 5,000 to a 50.
Oh, he ain't up. I fuck with slides and I'm gonna bust. He can't put on that drip, he ain't one of us. How you riding in the Tonka truck? How you got everybody lit piping up? Oh, she bad with no swag, I can pipe her up. They my last one, no wife and her. Count no money up fast like I'm typing some. I'm the type to get active and never run.
I'm just pressing cut, little demon in the cook, go raiding at the church. You moving wrong, we clutch. You slime, we sharing. My twin is only us. Go platinum up no budget. Little demon in the cook, go raiding at the church. You moving wrong, we clutch. You slime, we sharing. Real rap, I'm trapping bags. Real ice on both my sleeves. Good numbers on them bells. They don't think you selling keys. Ferrari truck, the new one. Just shipped from overseas. Got them to change the quota. Right now we chasing pockets loaded, inhaling dirty rack. I choose that made me sneeze. I knew how to count the money before I learned to read. Hey, say gang, put a yacht off the coast, yeah. Put a yacht on the coast, yeah. Got Crush Canoe, say gang, they ready to vote me in. Whip the rush like a roll, who you with? I get love from the vultures, yeah. Suit came up with the roaches, yeah. Down like a oath, more respect than a pope. She give me top on the low. What you doing? Wipe her nostril like a snotty nose. Wipe her nostril like a snotty nose. What you gonna do? Wipe her nostril like you got a cold. Yeah, I'm trapping. Yeah, sis. Yeah, I'm trapping. Yeah, trapping. Yeah, I'm trapping. Yeah, I'm trapping. Yeah, I'm still trapping. Yeah, get money, I have it. Yeah, get money, I have it. Yeah, get money. Yeah, get money. Yeah, get money, I have it. Bills. What you serve? Bills. Hey, what you serve? Bills. Hey, what that is? Shells. Once before a crook. Pluto, get you cooked. My best is cook. Little demon in the go raiding at the church. You moving wrong, we clutch. You slime, we sharing. My twin is only us. Go platinum budget. I'm just pressing cut. Little demon in the cut. Go raiding at the church. You moving wrong, we clutch. You slime, we sharing. My twin is only us. Go pluck a budget.
I just want to rock. Body out of y'all. Project, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps as we celebrate America with tonight's national anthem, sung for us by Katarina Santiago and Claire Kentz.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing tonight's starting lineups. First for the NBA Big Red. Number 0, Kevin Dye.
Hello and welcome in to the Ricky Bowers Court in the Elkin Athletic Center at Ensworth Frisk campus. I'm Eli Russ on Ensworth Live, and I'm presenting you a heavyweight matchup. Your Ensworth Tigers taking on their arch rival, the NBA Big Red. As we saw earlier, the Ensworth girls team took down the Harpeth Hall Bears 50-45 in a game that went down to the wire. Let's see if this game lives up to its expectations. Tigers, Big Red starts now. Ghana Salongo won the tip for the Tigers, and Justin Hopkins now has the ball. Hopkins going to work now to Edward Coppins. Coppins over to Jonathan Sanderson, the star for this Tigers team, and his pass is picked off. Colin O'Neill with the interception, laying it up, and no good, but a foul. So some early action here in the first 20 seconds of the game. That foul will be called on number 12, Cutler Smith. Colin O'Neill to the line for 2 shots. And the officials are changing the foul call. It will not be on number 12, Cutler Smith, be on number 55, Justin Hopkins. That is his first for the game, team's first. O'Neill's first goes down. So an early lead for NBA. O'Neill's second, bottoms, 2-0, NBA. Hopkins taking the ball up the court. Surveying, calling for a screen. Hopkins goes to the right. Kicks to the corner for Ed Coppins. Back to Hopkins. Hopkins drives, gets to a spot in the mid-range, and it's blocked, but a foul. Foul is going to be called on number 5, John Switzer. That's his first, team's first. And Hopkins is going to go to the line and shoot 2. The NBA fans here at Elkin Athletic Center were not happy about that call. Hopkins' first is strong and no good. Hopkins' second try. Once again, too strong. Kicked out rebound by Switzer. Laid it off to Kevin Dye. Dye over to the wide open Switzer in the corner for 3. An air ball. Rebound by Cutler Smith. Out to Jonathan Sanderson, and here they go. Tigers on the break. Sanderson up. No good. Looked like he could have been fouled there. No call. Out to Switzer, who gives it out to Colin O'Neal. O'Neal for 3. No good off the back iron. Rebound by Harrison Everhart, but the ball's out of bounds. So it's Tiger basketball after a quick flurry sequence there, but it's still 2-0 NBA. Jonathan Sanderson, the star for this Tigers team, taking the ball up the court. Kicks it to a wide open Cutler Smith in the corner for 3. Bang! Cutler Smith for 3. Tigers lead. Really nice find from Jonathan Sanderson there. Cutler Smith was all alone in that corner. And a steal by Hopkins. Errant pass by Dye. Hopkins going to the rack, laying it off for Sanderson, and up and lays it in. Jonathan Sanderson 4-2 off the great defensive play by Hopkins. Tigers now up by 3. O'Neal has the ball at the point, working on Ed Coppins. Gives it off to Switzer, then gives it to number 21, Mill. Chapman's 3 is no good. Rebound by Hopkins. Out up to Sanderson. Sanderson going to work in the lane. Sanderson jump stops. Sanderson kicks out. Hopkins is open. He's going to shoot a 3. It's no good. Rebound by Gonsalongo, and he lays it back up and in. Really nice positioning there from Slidner. Steal by Jonathan Sanderson, and a bucket, and a timeout called by NBA. Huge response from the Tigers. They go on a 9-0 run, and NBA is forced to call a timeout. Really nice sequence there from the Tigers. So it'll be NBA basketball coming out of the timeout. Tigers leading 9-2 after the rebound and put back by Gonsalongo and the immediate steal and score from Jonathan Sanderson. New face for the Tigers, number 15, Blake Surratt checks into the game, taking out Justin Hopkins. Kevin Dye taking it up the floor for the Big Red. Right back to Dye. Dye gives it to O'Neal. And an offensive foul called on number 10, Hart Weatherford, an illegal screen, and Ensworth's gonna get the ball back. Checking into the game for Ensworth, number 14, Roger Grant, and out comes number 0, Ed Coppins. Officials making sure that they'd call the foul on the right person, and they did. Was indeed on number 10, Hart Weatherford. Sanderson goes to the corner for Cutler Smith. Smith gonna let it fly. No good that time. Batted around. Off the hands of Salongo, and it's going to be NBA basketball. Dye in the front court, guarded by Smith. Dye off of Weatherford's screen. Weatherford to the rack, laying it up, air-balled, and rebound by Weatherford off the hands of Roger Grant. Into the paint for number 23, David Tass, but it's blocked by Gonsalongo. Jonathan Sanderson out, goes to the rack, lays it in, and has something to say about it. 11-2 Tigers. Dye brings it into the front court. Smith guarding him. Dye looking for Weatherford on the back pick. Not there. Sanderson on Weatherford, 10 on 10. Weatherford picks up his dribble, gives it out to O'Neal. That's Blake Surratt on Colin O'Neal. O'Neal going to work. Surratt getting up in his face, and a cheapy foul called there on Blake Surratt. They got him for a reach. That is Blake Surratt's first, and the team's second. Ghana Salongo will check out of the game, and checking in, number 24 for the Tigers, Micah Smith. Dye gives it to Weatherford. Weatherford right back to Dye. Dye looked for three, didn't take it. Dye off to number 3, Reed Resnick. Back to Dye. Dye penetrating, now escaping. Dye out to Colin O'Neal. O'Neal going to work. O'Neal passes it inside and laid in by number 23, David Tast. Good pick and roll there from the Big Red. Leads to 2. Sanderson going to work. Sanderson in the mid-range, no good. Rebound by, shot by Cutler Smith is good. It was a rebound by Micah Smith. Cutler Smith, that's his second 3 of the quarter, and the Tigers now lead by 10. It's 14-4. Dye out to Weatherford for 3. In and out, rebound by Sanderson. Here comes the Tigers. Smith playing it off right back to Sanderson. Sanderson for 3. No good. Rebound by David Tast. And a foul called on Ensworth away from the ball. Called on number 14, Roger Grant. That's his first, team's third. Checking in for Ensworth, number 3, Chase Byington. And Cutler Smith will take a seat. Stiller, first opening couple of minutes for the sophomore there, knocking down 2 hard triples. O'Neal getting to the mid-range, a bit of a fluctuation in the air, but he knocks it down. O'Neal's first bucket, but his 4th point since he hit those 2 free throws to begin the game. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Sanderson off the screen from Grant. Sanderson thought about pulling it, and he will. Sanderson no good. Rebound by Blake Surratt, though. Tried to kick it to the corner. Deflected, gets his own deflection. Micah Smith on the floater is no good. Rebound by O'Neal. O'Neal's gonna push it. O'Neal gonna stop for 3, no. Pass it off to Dye for a mid-range. And Dye's shot is short. Rebounded by Blake Surratt. Sanderson bringing it up. On the wing. Sanderson looking for a screen from Grant. Kicks it out to Blake Surratt, right back to Sanderson. Sanderson calling for it once again. Sanderson off his screen to the corner for Chase Byington, who's gonna let it go for 3, and it's short, no good. Rebound by Dye. Tigers did a good job getting back in transition. O'Neal now going to work on Roger Grant. Kicking to the corner for 3, no good. Number 3, Reed Resnick, wasn't able to find the bottom of the hole there. Sanderson going to work, kicks to the corner for Byington. Byington's second try, strong this time. Rebound by Dye. Dye looking to go, hits his pass, and blocked at the rim, but a foul. Number 10, Hart Weatherford for NBA went up and was fouled by number 3, Chase Byington. So it wasn't called on Jonathan Sanderson on the block, but rather on the body from Chase Byington. So Hart Weatherford will go to the line for 2 shots. Both teams looking to make some big subs after this shot, which goes down for Weatherford. 3 subs apiece for each team. Checking in for the Tigers, Ghana Salongo, Ed Coppins, and Justin Hopkins. Checking in for NBA number 2, AJ Black. Second shot, rattles out. Oh, and the ball bounces off of the 2 Ensworth Tigers. A miscommunication between Ed Coppins and Ghana Salongo, and it's gonna be NBA basketball. And checking in for the Big Red for the first time for Hart Weatherford, number 21, Mill Chapman. The ball will be inbounded to Chapman, out to David Tast. Now out to Reed Resnick. Resnick looking for the corner for O'Neal. O'Neal's gonna shoot three, and he's got it. It's O'Neal's 7th point. He's got 7 out of 10 for the Big Red with 90 seconds left in this first quarter. And an official timeout. No foul was called. The ball should remain with Ensworth, and it will. But there seems to be a bit of a spot on the court that might be a little wet. So the NBA bench will dry it off. And Jonathan Sanderson checking right back into the game. Chase Byington will go take a seat. Still trying to figure out this wet spot on the court here. Taking a bit longer than previously expected, but we seem to be good. So it will be Ensworth basketball out of bounds. And checking in for the Tigers, a late substitution, number 12, Cutler Smith, replacing number 14, Roger Grant. So it will indeed be Ensworth basketball right next to the NBA bench. Ball inbounded to Jonathan Sanderson. Over to Justin Hopkins. Hopkins into the corner for Ed Coppins. Coppins up to Ghana Salongo. Salongo out to Hopkins, right back to Salongo for the lay-in, and it's good. Really good set there for Coach Bradley Pearson. Run to perfection with Hopkins to Salongo for 2. 16-10 now, Ensworth. O'Neal gonna try for 3. No good, but the rebound squirts right out to Reed Resnick. And Mill Chapman's gonna try for 3, and it goes. Mill Chapman completely by himself on that 3-point line, and he knocks it down. Ensworth leads only at 3 points. Pass over to Smith for 3, and it's good! Cutler Smith cannot miss. Tigers and Big Red going blow for blow here in the first quarter in what has been an explosive first 8 minutes. O'Neal calling his own number here. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Ed Coppins is on him. 10 seconds now. Here comes O'Neal. O'Neal going. Gonna step back looking for a 3, and it's good. O'Neal knocks it down. Sanderson last one heave, and it's no good. And that's the end of quarter number 1 in what was a really, really good first quarter. Back and forth for both teams. Tigers leading by 3 after 1. We'll be back for the start of quarter number 2. Welcome back to newly christened Ricky Bowers Court for the start of quarter number 2 after what was an explosive first quarter between the Ensworth Tigers and the NBA Big Red. Big Red gonna start with the ball to begin quarter number 2. David Tast going to work, lays it up, no good. A scrum on the floor. Hopkins comes up with the rebound, gets it out to Cutler Smith, and it'll be Tiger basketball. And an errant pass by Hopkins trying to find Salongo down the floor. and he was not open. Intercepted by Kevin Dye. And Miller Chapman going to try for three again, and it's short and out of bounds. So the interception by Kevin Dye on the Hopkins pass turns out nothing, and it's going to be Tiger basketball once again. Hopkins into the front court now to Sanderson. Sanderson giving it right back to Hopkins. Hopkins driving out down to the corner to Smith. Smith going to work in the lane, and a foul. They're going to get Colin O'Neill there on the foul. That is his first of the game. And they're going to call it on the floor, so Ensworth will have the ball under the basket. Sanderson gets it out. And now gets it back. He's going to try for three, and it's no good. And a loose ball foul called on the Tigers. They're going to get Ghana Salongo there for a push. And it's going to be NBA basketball. That is Salongo's first of the game, first of the quarter for the Tigers. Dye into the front court, guarded by Hopkins. Now to Weatherford, back to Dye. And a travel. Kevin Dye traveled, and it will now be once more Ensworth basketball. And what has been a really back and forth first minute, with each team possessing the ball 3 times. Hopkins into the front court now, playing off the screen from Salongo. Now to looking for Jonathan Sanderson, but intercepted by Dye. Now down to number 5, John Schnitzer. Now to Colin O'Neill in the lane. And they're going to get Ensworth for a foul. They're going to get Justin Hopkins for his second. And he's going to check out of the game. Blake Surratt checking in. Foul was called on the floor, so it will be NBA's ball out of bounds. Ball out to Mill Chapman, now back out to Weatherford. Now to Schnitzer. Schnitzer out to O'Neill. O'Neill's going to try a long three, and it rattles out, rebounded by Salongo. Out to Sanderson. Sanderson's going to push the pace here. Sanderson trying to go all the way to the rim, met by 3 NBA defenders. Cutler Smith going to take an off-balance three, and it's no good. Rebounded by Kevin Dye, who's going to try and push here, but he's going to settle down. Dye now to Colin O'Neill. O'Neill off the screen, guarded by Blake Surratt. And stolen by Sanderson. Sanderson going to the hole. And they're going to call a push on the floor on Colin O'Neill. That is his second. And he's going to check out of the game. Roger Grant checking in for the Tigers, replacing Ed Coppins. Number 11, Wyatt Wedgeholter, checking in for Colin O'Neill, and stolen away, and a foul called on Jonathan Sanderson. Number 5, John Schnitzer, was the one that stole the pass, and he took a hard fall. Looks to be okay, though, signaling to the bench he's fine, but they're going to take him out anyway. Reed Resnick going to check into the game for John Schnitzer. His coach just going to make sure he's all right, which he signaled to his bench he was. Didn't seem like an intentional foul from Sanderson. Seemed like he was just trying to get back and maybe tripped him up. Still 19-16, no score in this quarter yet. Already 2 minutes gone by. Dye has it at the point, guarded by Sanderson. Now out to Resnick. Now Weatherford going to try for three. It's no good, rebounded by Roger Grant. Now out to Jonathan Sanderson. Sanderson going to push. Sanderson splitting 2 defenders, kicking out to Blake Surratt. Surratt to the hole, to Salongo. The hoop and the harm. Salongo with the and one. He's going to go to the line with a chance for 3. Really nice pass by Blake Surratt. Good baseline drive, kicking it right to his big, and nice finish through the contact for Ghana Salongo. Salongo will go to the line for 1 shot. And in and out of the basket, so no good, but the first points of the second quarter go to the Tigers. 21-16 now. Tigers lead by 5. Mill Chapman with the ball, looking for the back cut, but gives it right back out to the point, and Kevin Dye. Now Reed Resnick with it. Back to Dye. Now to Weatherford in the corner. Weatherford working on Smith. Weatherford with a jump pass to number 11, Wyatt Wedgeholder. Now to Resnick. Resnick gives it to Chapman. Chapman gonna try another three, and it's good. That's Chapman's second three of the game. And the Tigers seem to be just leaving him out there, and he's knocked it down so far. Sanderson gonna try for an open three. It's no good, an air ball saved by Roger Grant. Getting right back into Ghana Salongo for the slam. Really nice follow-up by Roger Grant. Good hustle play, getting it right back to his big man, standing all alone in the paint, and he knows what to do with that one. Kevin Dye in the mid-range, knocks it down. Tigers going fast here. Sanderson gonna push the pace. Getting a screen. Sanderson gonna go to the hole, lays it up and in, plus the foul. Jonathan Sanderson laying it in while getting hit. That foul's gonna go on number 3, Reed Resnick. That's his first. Checking in for the Tigers, number 24, Micah Smith, replacing Donna Salongo. And number 3, Chase Byington, replacing number 12, Cutler Smith. After rattling around there, Sanderson's free throw goes down. And it's a 4-point lead for Ensworth. Dye to Chapman. Chapman out to Resnick. Resnick probing, gonna retreat. Resnick out to Weatherford, into Chapman. Chapman going to work on Micah Smith. Good double there. And the three is no good. Rebound by Micah Smith. Weatherford just can't seem to get it to drop. Sanderson on Dye. Sanderson going to work. Ball squirts out, but he regains possession of it. Pass errant, almost bad pass to Roger Grant for Micah Smith, who knocks down the 12-foot jumper. So what almost was really bad turned out to be pretty good for Ensworth. As Kevin Dye goes up, doesn't score, but the follow-up by Hart Weatherford goes down. So really back and forth game so far. Sanderson bringing it up. NBA showing a bit of a zone look here. 1-2-2 action. It's gonna really try and take away the wings. Chase Byington with it now out to Sanderson. Sanderson looking to attack. Sanderson gonna take a three, and it's long, but a rebound by Micah Smith, lays it up and in. Really good positioning there for Micah Smith. Fell right into his lap, and he knew what to do with that one. 30-23, Tigers over Big Red with under 3 minutes to go in quarter number 2. Dye working on Surratt. Out to Chapman for three again, and the teardrop no good this time. Rebounded by Roger Grant after the flurry in from Schnitzer, who's back out after he took the fall. And a block by Chapman thrown off of Smith, and it's NBA basketball. Good play there by Chapman. Good heads-up awareness, knowing he was going to catch the ball out of bounds, throwing it off Smith, and NBA is going to have possession. Ensworth mass substitutions now. Smith, Surratt, and Grant will check out, and checking in Coppins, Solongo, and Hopkins. Approaching 2 minutes to go in the first half. Tigers lead. Tast has the ball. Now out to Colin O'Neill with 2 fouls and a travel. Colin O'Neill committed a traveling violation, and it'll be Tiger basketball. Cutler Smith checking in again for the Tigers, replacing Chase Byington. Justin Hopkins back into the game with 2 fouls, as well as Colin O'Neill back in for the Big Red with 2 fouls. So a couple of guards that have 2 looking to maybe provide a spark for their team, but not commit that third. Hopkins now out to Sanderson at the top of the key. Sanderson throwing it in, but it's picked off by Chapman, taken up by Dye. Dye into Tast into Chapman, and it's out of bounds. Checking into the game for the first time, Jonah Biller, the senior, replacing Justin Hopkins. And it seems the Tigers are going to go offensive and defensive with Justin Hopkins, where they want to get him for the offensive possession, but not for the defense, so he can't have that third foul. Pass over to Smith, who gives it out to Biller. Back out to Coppins, back out to Sanderson for a long three, and it goes. Jonathan Sanderson knocked down a 27-foot three, 5 feet behind that line. And the Tigers now lead by 10 once more. Tie for the largest lead of the night for Ensworth. Dye going to the rim, and it's too strong. Rebound by Salongo. Sanderson gonna push. See if he can find some of his teammates. Sanderson going to work. Sanderson, and they're gonna call a foul on Jonathan Sanderson on an offensive foul, and the Ensworth bench is aghast. Sanderson will check out with 2 fouls, and Hopkins with 2 will check back in. I'm not sure what the referee called there, what he saw to call an offensive foul, but he called it nonetheless. Under a minute to go in the first half. Tigers still up by 10. Dye with the ball. Dye now out to Chapman. Chapman all alone for 3, and he's got it. That's his 4th 3 of the game. .30 seconds to go in the first half. Hopkins has the ball. Now out to Smith. Being pressured by Dye. Smith working it up to Biller, now to Hopkins. It seems their intent to wait for the last shot. Hopkins now to Smith, back to Hopkins. 10 seconds. They've got to run a play. 8, 7, now down to 6. Smith gonna take a long 3, and it's rims in and out. Good look there right before the buzzer for Cutler Smith. Would have been his 4th 3 of the half, but it rims in and out. And after 1, it's Tigers 33, Big Red 26. As both teams go to the locker rooms, Tigers lead by 7. We'll be back for the start of the 3rd quarter. Hello and welcome back to Ricky Bowers Court in the Elkin Athletic Center at Ensworth High School for the start of the second half between the NBA Big Red and the home team, the Ensworth Tigers. Tigers leading after one, 33-26 by a margin of 7 points. And they're going to start with the ball to begin the second half. Justin Hopkins going to work on Kevin Dye. Hopkins losing it, but now finding it again, giving it to Jonathan Sanderson now. Sanderson's gonna retreat to the half line, call his own number. Gonna kick it out, off the hands of Ed Coppins, and right to Cutler Smith. Now back to Sanderson in the lane. Sanderson up, no good. It was blocked, but then out of bounds, so it's gonna be Ensworth basketball still, this time under the basket. Sanderson will take it out, throw it in to Ghana Salongo. Salongo on the turnaround, and he gets the roll. Salongo draws first blood in the second half, but here come the Big Red, Colin O'Neill. Out most of the second quarter with 2 fouls, now back into the game for the Big Red. Leads them with 10 points. 3 for Miller Chapman, and it's no good. He hit 4 of them in the first half. Sanderson on the rebound, gonna go to work. Gonna dish it to Salongo. Salongo goes up, and he was fouled. Salongo's gonna go to the line for 2 shots. Really nice 2-man game there between Sanderson and Salongo. Foul called on number 4, Colin O'Neill. That's gonna be his 3rd. That'll be something to keep an eye on, as he's been NBA's best scorer so far. But Salongo at the line with just a minute gone by. He knocks down the first one. Not something you usually see out of a big man, but Salongo has a good free throw stroke. And he misses the second one, as soon as I say that. But the Tigers lead by 10 now, and the ball quickly out to Hart Weatherford, but it's an air ball on the 3. Sanderson pass to Ed Coppins, who lays it up and in, plus the foul. Ed Coppins with a monster lay. And he's going to the line for 1 shot. Foul was called on number 0, Kevin Dye, his first. And Coppins is going to go to the line for 1 shot. Checking in for NBA, number 23, David Tass. Checking out, number 10, Hart Weatherford. Coppins off the back iron, no good. So free throw shooting not been great for the Tigers so far this evening. As NBA gets out in transition really fast, John Schnitzer lays it up and in. First points for NBA. Sanderson off the Salongo screen. Sanderson kicks out to the corner for Smith, and it's way short off the front of the rim. Now NBA in transition, Colin O'Neill was denied. Now he's gonna retreat. Coppins on him, O'Neill to the basket, and they're gonna call a foul on the floor on Ed Coppins. Blake Surratt checking into the game now, getting Ed Coppins, and so does Roger Grant. He's gonna take out Ghana Salongo. So just over, we're approaching 2 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Oh, and Salongo checked out because he has a bloody nose. Salongo's left nostril has blood coming out of it, so he's gonna go see the trainer. Hopefully he'll be okay. Didn't seem to bother him too much. Don't know how long he'd been playing with that. And usually when that happens, the officials immediately call a stop to the play if there's blood, but I guess they didn't see it. But NBA is gonna have the ball out of bounds. Right in to Milt Chapman, and he's fouled. He's gonna go to the line for 2. Foul's called on number 12, Cutler Smith. That's his first and the second for the team. Milt Chapman's gonna go to the line to shoot 2. Chapman's first rolls in. And his second goes as well. So 2 for 2 from the line for Milt Chapman. It's now 38-30. Tigers still leading over the Big Red. Sanderson's gonna call the play. Give it to Hopkins. Hopkins now to Surratt. Surratt now to Roger Grant. Grant out to Cutler Smith. Smith looking. Now he's gonna hand it off to Sanderson. Sanderson at the top of the key. And I'm not quite sure what the referee signaled there. Might be a sideline warning, maybe? I'm not quite sure what that was, but it's going to be Ensworth ball out of bounds. And play's going to continue. Sanderson going to work. Sanderson pass to the corner for Smith, who has it knocked away, but it's going to be NBA ball. NBA looking to capitalize off the Cutler-Smith turnover. Kevin Dye, guarded by Hopkins. Dye looking to penetrate, out to O'Neal. O'Neal's gonna take a three, and it's no good. Hopkins gets the rebound, looking to push, and it's tipped off of Hopkins' knee and out of bounds. It's gonna be NBA ball. A couple of subs coming in for the Tigers. Number 24, Micah Smith checks in for Roger Grant, and Jonah Biller checks in for Justin Hopkins. Kevin Dye going to work on Jonathan Sanderson. Now to Snitzer, now back to Dye, but now back to Dye again. Dye still going to work. Hangs in the air, and the shot is short. Rebounded by Micah Smith. Almost tipped away by Dye, and then a foul is going to be called on him. After the miss, Dye got a little upset, and that's going to be his second. Ghana Salongo checking back into the game, replacing number 12, Cutler Smith. So Ensworth going with two bigs now. First time we've seen that all day. Sanderson calling for the high ball screen. Sanderson going to take a three, and it's no good, and it's going to be a foul on Salongo. And some chatter going on from the NBA player, Mill Chapman, jawing at Salongo after the foul. And both sidelines getting a bit riled up here. It's going to be NBA basketball. Dye brings it into the front court, hands it off to Tast. Now out to Chapman. Now back to O'Neal. O'Neal looking to pass, has it stolen. Sanderson has a breakaway. Let's see what he does with it, and he throws it down. Jonathan Sanderson puts an exclamation point. And a step out of bounds from the NBA player. It's going to be Tiger basketball. So after the jawing from Mill Chapman, it's all gone wrong for NBA, as they now are trailing by double figures. Substitution for the Big Red now is John Snitzer checks out of the game, and Reed Resnick will replace him. 4:30 left in the third quarter, Tigers by 10. Sanderson over to Chase Byington. Byington thought about the shot, knocked out of his hands, out of bounds, going to remain with Ensworth. Ball inbounded Jonathan Sanderson. Sanderson backing down Resnick. Sanderson passed to Blake Surratt, whose shot is no good. In and out of the hands of Ghana Salongo, but it was... Oh, and the backside referee has overruled his counterpart, but now they're going to talk about it. I don't imagine this is going to go the Tigers' way. But it seemed to me that the referee that was standing right in front of the play wanted to give the ball to the Tigers, but the backside ref said it was off of Salongo. And it's going to be white basketball. The referee that had the better angle is going to call off his crewmate, and it's going to be Ensworth ball. Excuse me. couple of substitutions for the Tigers as Micah Smith and Blake Stratt will sit down, and Ed Coppins and Cutler Smith will check in. And an errant pass by Chase Byington goes out of bounds, and it's going to be NBA basketball anyway. So it seems the ball didn't lie, and it's going to be NBA ball anyway. O'Neal is going to carry it forward, approaching the halfway mark of the third quarter. O'Neal working on Ed Coppins. O'Neal for the fadeaway, and it's good. Bit of a bump there from O'Neal. Created that separation for that mid-range two. Sanderson going to work. Sanderson going to the hole. Hit on the arm, no call. Sanderson talking to the officials shaking his head. O'Neal out to die. Dye's wide open for three, and it's no good. But they're going to call a foul on the loose ball. And it's going to be on Ed Coppins. That's the fourth foul of the quarter on Ensworth, and Ed Coppins will check out, being replaced by Blake Surratt. NBA basketball under the basket. Into Tast. Out, no good. Stolen away by Blake Surratt. Now Jonathan Sanderson leads the breakout. Sanderson gonna shoot a mid-range, and it's no good. Tipped out of bounds, excuse me, not out of bounds, out of the paint, and a mid-range shade for Cutler Smith goes. Nearly stolen away by Sanderson on the inbound pass. Here comes Dye. Dye out to Resnick, right back to Colin O'Neal. O'Neal trying to penetrate. O'Neal out to Tast. Right back out to O'Neal, it's out of bounds. David Tast threw it away. And it's Tiger basketball after the mid-range two from Cutler Smith. Tigers now lead by 10. And a travel is going to be called on Jonathan Sanderson. He doesn't agree with it. He's ferociously exclaiming that he only used 2 steps and then passed it. But the official is going to have none of it. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ensworth still by 10. Dye bringing it up. Hopkins guarding. Dye penetrates, kicks it back out. Weatherford for three, and it finally drops. Weatherford had not made a shot until then. Ensworth's lead now back into single digits, down to 7. Sanderson slowly walking it up the court. Tigers gonna run a set here. Hopkins off the screen from Salongo. Hopkins gonna blow by, lay it up, no good, but a foul. Colin O'Neal is gonna be called for a foul. That's gonna be his 4th, and we're not even into the 4th quarter yet. And Justin Hopkins is gonna go to the line for 2 shots. O'Neal pleading his case, but it did look like he got Hopkins on the arm on the layup, and that's gonna be his 4th. Hopkins knocks it down. Roger Grant checking in, replacing Chase Byington. Hopkins, and Donna Salongo moved early, so the free throw, even though it went in, is void. So Ensworth only gets 1 point out of there. Cutler Smith tries to check in, and now he'll be put back. Ensworth trying to substitute, but the official is not letting them. So Cutler Smith will sit down and Salongo will stay in the game. 2:20 left in the third quarter. Dye bringing it up. Now out to Resnick. Now out to Weatherford. Back to Resnick, into Tast. Tast looking to go to work. Right back out to Weatherford for 3, and it's good. Weatherford, after starting the game, Ofer, has now hit 2 threes in a row, and the lead's cut down to 5. Sanderson trying to go to work. Kicks it to Hopkins. Hopkins gonna look for 3, and he's got it. Justin Hopkins knocks down the response 3, and a timeout called by Ensworth, just a 30-second timeout. But with 1:54 to go, in the third quarter. Tigers lead by 8 over their arch rivals. After the Justin Hopkins 3, it is NBA basketball. And with 1:54 to go, Tigers lead by 8. Dye being picked up at half court by Hopkins. Dye out now to Everhart. Excuse me, Weatherford. Weatherford now to Schnitker, who then brings it to the top of the key, and Resnick. Back to Weatherford, lost it for a second, regained. Now to Tast. Tast, now back to Dye. Dye looked for a 3, didn't take it. Now out to Schnitzer, now back to Resnick. Sanderson guarding Resnick. Looking for Weatherford, now down to Schnitzer. And the 3 is good. Reed Resnick knocked down the 3. And the lead's been cut down to 5 for Ensworth. Hopkins playing off the Sanderson screen. Now it's Sanderson. Sanderson step back 3, and it's bottoms. Jonathan Sanderson knocks it down. Each team going blow for blow here to end this third quarter. Resnick on the baseline drive out to Tass, no good, intercepted by Hopkins. Hopkins going up and lays it in. Smooth lay by Justin Hopkins. Tigers now lead by 10, but here come the Big Red. Under 30 seconds to go. Resnick finds Schnitzer. 2 Ensworth players fell over each other, and the layup is good. 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Tigers gonna play for the last shot. Coach Bradley Pearson holding up a 1, signaling he wants 1 shot, and there's only 10 seconds left. 5 now. Hopkins going, finding Sanderson. Sanderson at the buzzer, and it's in and out. Sanderson off kilter, went in and out, was a decent look. He can make those shots, but it didn't fall. So after 3 quarters, Tigers lead by 8, 51-43. We'll be back for the start of the 4th. Welcome back to Ricky Bowers Court at the Elkin Athletic Center on the Ensworth High School campus for quarter number 4 of this heavyweight matchup between the NBA Big Red and your Ensworth Tigers. To start the 4th, NBA will have the ball, down 8. Schnitzer, now to Weatherford. Weatherford being guarded by Cutler-Smith. And poked away by Justin Hopkins. Hopkins going after it. Retrieved by Kevin Dye, who then gets it out to Colin O'Neill. O'Neill playing with 4 fouls. O'Neill shoots off, but rebounded by Mill Chapman. Now out to Schnitzer for the mid-range. Once again, no good. Rebounded by Cutler-Smith, but a foul. They're gonna get Cutler-Smith on a push-off on the box out, and it's gonna remain NBA basketball. Cutler-Smith's 2nd foul of the game, 1st one of the quarter for the Tigers. O'Neill with it, now to Schnitzer. Schnitzer out to Dye. Now into the corner. To Chapman. He's going to try for three, and it's no good. Way short that time. Sanderson has it, now gets it to Hopkins. Hopkins surveying, looking inside, he's got it to Salongo. Salongo out for Cutler-Smith. Smith for three, and it's short. Dye with the rebound, he's gonna push. Dye to Weatherford, and it goes out of his hands. So out of bounds, it's gonna be Ensworth basketball. Good pass by Kevin Dye, but Weatherford could not get it onto his hands. And the Tigers are gonna get possession back. No score yet after a minute. Still a lot that can happen though. Sanderson calling for a screen from Salongo. Sanderson passing it to Surratt, now to Hopkins, who gives it back to Surratt. Looking inside for Salongo, not there. Hopkins surveying, gonna take a mid-range and he's blocked, but he gets his own blocked shot out to Cutler-Smith, into Salongo. And an offensive foul called on Ghana Salongo. Mill Chapman took the charge. And the Ensworth student section does not agree with it. Coach Pearson discussing with the referees. And on those calls, it's purely subjective. It's really whatever the referee decides in that moment to call, as that one could have gone either way. It could have been a block, could have been a charge, which it was, or it could have been a no call. That time it was a charge. Cleaning the floor. And it'll be NBA basketball. Dye bringing it up the floor. Hopkins picking him up three-quarter court. Ferocious defense all night from Justin Hopkins. Dye out of Weatherford, back to Dye. Dye has a step. Dye, nice pass on the back cut to Schnitzer for two. First points of the fourth quarter come after 2 minutes have gone. Screened by Sanderson. Sanderson to the lane, and he gets two right back. Really nice blow by Jonathan Sanderson. And Schnitzer in transition with the spin, and blocked by Salongo. Rejected by Ghana. Ensworth the other way. Sanderson driving into the lane, laying it up, but fouled. That's going to be on Mill Chapman. And Sanderson's going to go to the line for two. Oh, and they're going to change the foul call. It's going to be now on number 0, Kevin Dye. They're going to call the foul on number 0, Kevin Dye. And the first free throw from Sanderson goes down. Schnitzer checks out of the game, replaced by Reed Resnick. The second free throw in and out. Went almost all the way down for Sanderson, then lipped out, so he goes 1 for 2. O'Neal playing with 4 fouls, guarded by Surratt. He's going to work. O'Neal driving baseline, trying to pass, but it's batted out of bounds by Surratt. Good defense there. Salongo was there on the help side to deny any sort of attack at the rim. Ball out to Chapman. Now out to Weatherford, now to Resnick. Now looking for Chapman. Resnick can't find him. Now back to O'Neal, and a foul. Foul's going to be called on number 15, Blake Surratt, for a hold. That'll be his second of the game. Third one of the quarter for Ensworth. It's going to be NBA's ball out of bounds on the side. O'Neal with it. Going to shoot a three, and it's no good. Sanderson looking to push, but he's going to slow it. High ball screen from Salongo. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Ghana Salongo for an illegal screen. That's Salongo's 4th foul, so he will check out of the game, and Roger Grant will come in. Salongo so valuable to this team, interior presence, both defensively and offensively. Not many people are 7 feet tall, regardless of whether you're in high school or not. So him with 4 is going to be a big thing. Under 5 to go. NBA with the ball, O'Neal has it, and they're going to call another foul on Blake Surratt. This time it's going to be a hand check. That's Surratt's 3rd and the 5th one for the team. So it will be a couple of free throws coming for Colin O'Neal. You need 5 fouls in a quarter in high school to get to the bonus, and it's automatic double bonus. There's no 1-and-1. So O'Neal will have 2 shots regardless. His first goes through. O'Neal's second also goes down, and he will check out of the game. John Schnitzer will come in, as O'Neal does have 4 fouls. Lead cut down to 7. Sanderson bringing it up. Tigers look to answer here, under 5 to go. Sanderson driving baseline, out to Smith. Smith in the corner, puts it into Roger Grant. Out back to Smith. Smith driving, and he's going to be fouled by number 5, John Schnitzer. That is his 2nd of the game, and it seems both teams are trading a couple of cheapies. Ball inbounded to Sanderson. Sanderson driving to his left, and then he's going to lay it up and in, and what a nice move by Jonathan Sanderson, faking like he was going to exit and going right back into the lane with the floater. Tigers lead back out to 9. David Tass has a mismatch. He's going to go up, and it's no good, in and out, but the foul is going to be called on Justin Hopkins. That's going to be Hopkins' 3rd, and Tass will go to the line and shoot 2. Tass first is no good. Salongo will check in and take out Blake Surratt. Salongo playing with 4. Colin O'Neal as well checking in for NBA, also playing with 4. So a couple of good players for both teams playing with 4 as Tass knocks down the 2nd of the 2 free throws. Ensworth's lead now down to 8 points. Sanderson off of the screen, throws it up for Salongo, and he slams it down, and the foul. Huge play between the 2 brothers. Jonathan Sanderson laying it up for Salongo, and he slams it home, and he's got a chance for 3. My goodness, what a play. That's the type of chemistry only built by playing together for years and years, as these 2 have been. Even before transferring for Ensworth, they were high school teammates as well as travel ball teammates. These boys have played a lot of basketball together, and it was evident right there in that play as Salongo knocks down the free throw. He gets 3 the old-fashioned way, and the lead now out to 11 for Ensworth. O'Neal on Grant. O'Neal blow by, lays it up, no good. Ball thrown out to Sanderson. Sanderson going up, reverse layup, and it goes in. Tigers having a couple of good buckets here, seeming to maybe be pulling away here as there's under 4 to go. Tigers now lead by 13. O'Neal passes it for Chapman, but it was taken by Weatherford. Now back to O'Neal. O'Neal, he's going to take a 3, and it goes in. 3 knocked down by Colin O'Neal. You can't go under screens when he has the ball. And he made Ensworth pay there. Lead down to 10 at a timeout called by NBA. It's a full timeout, so we will come back after both teams return from the timeout. Welcome back from the timeout. After the made three by Colin Neal and the timeout by NBA, it'll be Ensworth Tiger ball, but they're gonna have to break a press. NBA showing full court pressure, but it's quickly broken as Hopkins is streaking down the line, kicks it out to Chase Byington and lays it up and in. Really nice move by Chase Byington, faking the shot, going in, nice spin and tough lay. And an offensive foul is going to be called on NBA. Excuse me, a step out of bounds, not an offensive foul. And the Ensworth student section jawing at the NBA one now as they break the pressure. Sanderson now drawing a double team, handing it off to Roger Grant, who throws it up for Salongo. No good, but Salongo gets the rebound and lays it in. Tigers now with their largest lead of the game at 14 points. Now out to Resnick for three, no good, air ball. Sanderson looking to break out. Ball's flailing around, but he's got it. Needs to get in the front court, and he does. Drawing a double, out to Roger Grant. They're gonna double him, and Hopkins was fouled by Tast. Bit of a possum move there, playing dead on the court. And that's gonna be the fourth team foul for NBA. One more, and the Tigers are shooting free throws, which is significant if NBA decides to foul and or maybe see if they can get back in this game. But 14 points with 2:30 to go is a tall task for any team. And 5 seconds is gonna be called on Ensworth. They couldn't get the ball in, and it's gonna be a turnover. NBA now has the ball. 2:30 to go. Dye has it, guarded by Hopkins. Dye now out to Weatherford. Weatherford now to Chapman. Now back to O'Neal. O'Neal going to work. Chapman now has it right back to O'Neal, setting the pick. O'Neal with the shot, no good. But it's a foul on the Tigers. It's gonna be on Blake Surratt. That's gonna be his fourth. And 2 shots for Mill Chapman. Chapman short on the first one, no good. And Ed Coppins will check in and replace Donna Salongo, who has 4 fouls. So Ensworth going possession by possession for Salongo as Chapman knocks down the second. Lead now at 13. Full court pressure by NBA and a steal. Now out to Dye. Dye's got an easy layup. Tigers break it this time. Here comes the double. Tipped but fielded by Coppins, and now it's back up to the top at Sanderson. Sanderson blow by, going for the poster, and off the rim. Here come the Big Red. In the corner for O'Neal for 3. No good, rebound, Coppins, and a foul. That is the 5th team foul on NBA, so Coppins is gonna go to the line, and he's gonna shoot 2. That foul is on number 10, Hart Weatherford. That's his 3rd foul. And the team's 5th. So Coppins will go to the line to shoot 2. Ensworth leading by 11 with 1:45 to go. Coppins' first is good. Cutler Smith checking into the game, replacing Chase Byington. Coppins for his 2nd free throw. And he gets the roll. Tigers now lead by 13. O'Neal with the ball. Surratt been guarding him all game. O'Neal with the 3, and it's good. Timeout called instantly by NBA as Ensworth now leads only by 10 after the 3. And it's gonna be a 30-second timeout So with 1:36 to go in this game, Tigers lead by 10, 67-57. NBA is going to set up their pressure here. Tigers going to need to break it. And it's going to be a matter of just shooting some free throws, as you're guaranteed 2 after each foul no matter what, as both teams in the bonus. Ensworth's going to have to be good from the charity stripe, and they should come away with this one. No turnovers, otherwise it could get a bit ugly. Ensworth setting up their press break. NBA going with a 1-2-2 press. Get it into Hopkins. Now to Sanderson. Sanderson drawing 3 defenders. And a pass back. Tigers need to get in the front court. And a timeout was called by Coach Bradley Pearson. He didn't know if his team would be able to get out of the backcourt in time, so he called a timeout. That's going to be a full one. So with 88 seconds left in the game, Tigers lead by 10. We'll be back after the timeout. Welcome back to Ricky Bowers Court in the Elkin Athletic Center at Ensworth Frisk Campus. As the Tigers are leading by 10, look to break the press, and they do it this time. Sanderson breaks it, picks up his dribble, and a foul gonna be called on NBA on David Tast. And Ed Coppins is going to shoot free throws once more. Ed Coppins going to the line to shoot 2 with 1:22 left in the game. The first one is good for Coppins. Checking in for the Big Red, number 4, Colin O'Neill, number 21, Mill Chapman, and number 0, Kevin Dye. All off for the defensive possession. Now back on for the offensive one, as Coppins is going to shoot his second free throw, which goes in. And he'll check out. Roger Grant's going to replace him. Really good job by Coppins there, going 4 for 4 from his attempts at the line. Blake Surratt going to make Colin O'Neill pick up the ball, as O'Neill's going to shoot a 3. It's no good. He tries to get his own rebound, and a foul is going to be called on Jonathan Sanderson. So O'Neill will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. That is Sanderson's 3rd foul, although it probably won't matter too much. O'Neill's first is good. Coppins checking back in for Roger Grant. Tigers played that one well, getting Grant on for the defensive possession, and Coppins back on for the offensive one. Neal knocks down both. It's a 10-point game again. Ball inbounded to Sanderson. Sanderson going to throw it to Ed Coppins. Now back to Blake Surratt, who gets across, and a foul is going to be called on the Big Red, on number 5, John Schnitzer. That's his 3rd of the game, and Surratt's going to go to the line for 2. Big Red keep fouling. They're going to need Ensworth to miss some free throws if they want to get back in it. Surratt's first is way strong. And Roger Grant checks into the game for Ed Coppins once again. Surratt now for his 2nd. Knocks down the second one. The lead now 11 points, 70-59. As the game approaches a minute. Hopkins on Dye, as it's been all game long. Dye looking for O'Neal. Hands it off to him. O'Neal looking to shoot. Now back to O'Neal. Hopkins on O'Neal. O'Neal gonna shoot, and a foul called. Looked like ball, but a foul's gonna be called regardless on Justin Hopkins. O'Neal to the line for 3 shots. Makes the first one off the roll. Lead now down to 10. Knocks down the second one too. Coppins checking in for Grant again. David Tast and John Snitzer checking in as well for MBA. O'Neal's third is good. Ball into Hopkins. Now back to Surratt. Surratt gonna dribble, and they're gonna call MBA for a foul. It's gonna be Schnitzer again. That's his 4th. And Surratt will go to the line once more. Surratt 1 for 2 from the line on the last trip. He'll be looking to improve. Surratt knocks down the first one. Roger Grant checking back into the game, as well as Mill Chapman and Hart Weatherford for MBA. Surratt's second is good, and the lead's back up to 10. O'Neal shooting a 3, no good. Rebound by Sanderson. Sanderson seeming to wait to get fouled, and he does there. Reed Resnick called for the block. And Sanderson will go to the line and shoot 2.
Foul number 3,
35 seconds to go in the game. Tigers leading by 10 in this one. If these 2 free throws get knocked down, as the first one goes down, it might be all she wrote for NBA. Tigers played a real nice game. Jonathan Sanderson, as always, leading the way, supplemented by Cutler Smith's couple of 3-pointers, as well as Justin Hopkins getting to the rack, and Ghana Salongo chipping in along the way, as Colin O'Neal knocks down the layup to make it a 10-point game. Hopkins being double-teamed, passing it out to Surratt, who gets it out to Sanderson, who crosses the line before 10 seconds. And it looks like Sanderson's gonna try and run this clock out. And they will, with the the Ensworth student section chanting goodbye to their arch rivals, as on the dedication date for the court for Ricky Bowers, the Tigers take down the Big Red by a score of 74-64. I've been Eli Russ for both the girls and the boys game. So long, we'll see you next time.